Wow. We did it, guys. We did it.
It did it!
We're getting better.
Gonna get better.
You got Bogey down here tonight, too? Bogey hasn't been down here, because Bogey stays up with Kristen, usually.
Yeah,
I know. If we had Mark here, this would be old school level up right now.
You know what? I didn't even think to ask him.
To come over tonight.
I don't think he has work tomorrow.
Hello. I don't think Dean's gonna be in the chat room, right?
Not till very late at the earliest.
Okay, he might be here later, guys. Oh, nice. And yes, Barry is the beast tonight, if you guys didn't know.
I got very confused.
Welcome, Level Uppers, to another episode of the Level Up Show. This is episode 89. And if you don't know, this is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk all the biggest gaming industry news. We take calls from you guys, and we will later on the show. I'm one of your co-hosts, Andrew Midori. I'm alongside the classy douchebag, Michael McLaughlin. And we have my wife, the sexy giraffe, Kristen Midori here. The beast from the East is not here tonight. He's just busy. I don't know what he's doing exactly, but...
Fun fact about giraffes. If they drank coffee, by the time it hit their stomach, it would be cold.
Really?
Oh, I've heard that before.
Is that true?
All right.
I haven't heard that, so that's a new factoid for me.
Because their necks are so long.
Their necks are long, yeah.
That's why.
That's interesting.
So there was that.
And it doesn't have to be coffee, though. It can be any hot liquid.
Any hot liquid. I just said coffee because it was the most easy.
Any hot liquid. So there you go. The more you know, guys. The more
My jaw is so tight.
Why is that?
I don't know, because the dentist told me that I grind my teeth at night, so I clamp down, and then my jaw just is like...
That's what happened with me when I thought I had the wisdom tooth thing.
How did that go, by the way?
Yeah, it wasn't actually the wisdom tooth, but it was just as bad because I do the same exact thing that you do.
Mm-hmm.
But I did it in a bad way where I clenched and pulled back at the same time, and I kind of somewhat fractured the tooth, the third molar back there, and it actually bent it to the side, so it inflamed and popped up out of the gum.
Bless you, Bogey.
So
God bless you.
Yeah, it's no good.
No, it doesn't. Don't do that.
Well, you guys aren't doing well.
I actually had a great week.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, you're doing quite well.
Yeah, we were down the shore, and on the way back, I was reaching in to take my stuff out of the little bag I had. Of course, there was a razor in there, and I just sliced off the tip of my finger.
Well, that's why you should put it in a bag.
That's a good idea.
That's what I do.
That's why you have women. They know these kind of things.
How do you not know to put it in a
bag?
I
don't know. I was just being dumb. I was rushing.
Poor judgment.
I was rushing. All right.
Was it Russian?
Guys, don't forget. If you want to follow us at any point tonight, if you like what we're doing, this is a gaming dedicated talk show. We will get to that in the near future. So go to twitch.tv/TheLevelUpShow. You can follow us there, or live from PlayStation. It's even easier. All you got to do is hit that heart button in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Your name will pop up on the TV, and we will, of course, shout you out. We're on Twitter at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL. We've got our YouTube where you can subscribe to check out past archives of episodes, but also Dean and Greg are doing a cool thing right now. They've done 5 or 6 episodes now of Power Up.
This is the 5th episode.
5th episode. It's live right now on our YouTube.
Yes, it is. Started for everybody.
For everybody. Saturdays at 10 a.m. goes live for everybody. It's a superhero, nerdiness, comic book talk show. But if you are a patron,
yes,
we got about 18 or 19 patrons now at patreon.com/TheLevelUpNetwork. Those guys get it on Monday night, Tuesday at the latest. So that's
expected by Tuesday. You might get a little early treat.
Yeah.
But it's actually really fun, even if you just are mediocrely into comics and it's just like a passing by, fling you like the movies and stuff. The conversations they have are accessible to everybody because you can kind of understand it, but it's just the banter that they have back and forth. It's like,
I think you guys know that Greg and Dean are
distant brothers.
Yes, and they have this feud between them that has never gone away ever since the Trophy War. So they have, as Mike was saying, they have great banner, and it's purely conversational. It's a lot different than this show, actually. Yeah. So it's definitely worth checking out. Go to youtube.com/TheLevelUpShow to check that out. And then finally, most important is Extra Life. We still have that going for the next 2 months until Game Day 2015, November 7th. That's when we'll be doing a 24-hour gaming talk show marathon to raise as much money as possible for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, helping sick children throughout the United States. They could have any type of disease you can imagine, but they're in the hospital. They need your help because they might be in there for a long time, weeks, months.
Some of these kids practically live there year-round, or they're there for long stays at a time.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks, being taken away from your childhood. So this is a way to entertain them. We've done well so far. I mean, I must say, last year we raised a total of $1,700 right about.
Yep.
And this year we're already at about 11, almost.
We're almost at 1,200.
We're almost at 1,200.
We're almost at 1,200.
And our goal is 5,000. We have the 24-hour stream. That's going to be the big thing. But like I said, we're over $1,000 now. You guys have done so much. Big ups to the Wasman.
And
Dragon
also
Con.
Conrad,
Not to dumb everybody down, but they gave a lot, and it just it's really cool to
We'll
us.
thank all of our Extra Life supporters at the end of the show,
Absolutely.
as well as our patrons and subscribers as our new special thanks segment at the end. So keep that ball rolling. If we do get to our next milestone tonight, which is 1250, I think we'll do something. Maybe we'll do some
Absolutely,
Dino
we
Team.
need to.
We'll figure out something.
Yeah, we haven't done Dino Team.
We haven't done Dino Team in a long time, so maybe
Dean's only done it once.
Yeah, $70 more is I think what we need to hit 1250. So maybe one of you guys could donate tonight. That would be a great thing to do. So how's everybody doing tonight?
I am doing phenomenally. How about you?
I'm doing very well as well.
I just realized that my actual face hurts right where my jaw.
It's killing me.
Are you okay? Are you gonna make it?
No, I'm just like, maybe that's why I felt like my face is like puffy. Maybe because my cheeks are swollen from my.
You just need face off.
Maybe you just need to do the stretching.
No, but my actual jaw like doesn't open. It's like rigor mortis shut.
Kirsten has this thing. Whenever she's about to take pictures or going out to an event, she has to stretch her smile.
That's because my jaw sucks.
She thinks that she has chipmunk cheeks.
I do, because my jaw like gets so tight that my cheeks will. I swear.
I believe you.
No, because it's true.
I've seen it. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, it's
I
because
wouldn't
my
know.
jaw
When she
sucks.
stretches her smile,
mean,
it
I
is
feel like
a
that
more
could be-
attractive smile.
I wonder if that's the same thing for everybody. You should all try that. Put that.
I think it is a true thing because, for instance, if I'm taking pictures throughout the night, my pictures at the beginning of the night are not as good as my pictures at the end of the
That's
night because
actually-
you're smiling throughout the night and stretching your
I've
smile.
read something like one of those stupid studies and anything like that where because you're moving your mouth so much during the day, if you take a picture of yourself smiling in the morning and take a picture of yourself, not even trying to smile, but at the end of the day, your smile will be the same, if not bigger, without even trying at the end of the night.
It's been stretching throughout the day.
Not me, because my jaw
Absolutely.
sucks. I swear, no. And you know what? You know what is terrible? I bought a $150 mouth guard.
Okay,
Remember, we
Yeah.
helped do the impression,
I do.
and I never use it. Maybe I need to use it
Why do you never use it?
because it's big and it's like
Sleeping with that thing in your mouth, yeah.
It's too big. It's not like that comfortable to sleep with it in your mouth.
This conversation took a turn.
It did. We're not professional like us nerds are trying to make this show.
Oh.
But like, I don't know what to do about this, man.
Very
unprofessional.
Yeah, Chris and I were down the shore. Happy Labor Day, I guess, to everybody.
I guess.
It's a holiday. You
It's
have off, right? Most people have off.
Interesting holiday.
Yeah.
How do you privately message someone?
It's /W
W.
space, and then it'll give you an option of the username you want to select to talk to, or you could type in something.
But if you see Henry Dan, as soon as you see him pop in the chat, please let me know.
Yes. Got a nice little celebration for...
Yes, we absolutely do.
Can't-
So Henry Dan, if you're already in here and you're just being quiet,
Yeah.
say something. I have something for you.
Say something, say something.
Well, that's
something.
Scoop
actually
Dog
differently.
says all women's jaws must ache.
Well, that's
Well, let's took a turn.
chauvinistic.
All right, let's get into our official non-gaming portion of the show, guys. It's called the Level Up Show Has No Game.
You know what's funny about women? They don't like to talk all the time. They don't. Sometimes they don't want to talk at all.
Oh, yeah, I know that very well.
Yep.
Yeah.
As I was saying,
Well, there's that.
3 non-gaming topics, 2 minutes each. Are we ready, guys?
Yeah.
Let's do it to it. First up. Let's see. This is interesting, and I have a feeling this is going to spark some conversation. Idris Elba is, quote, too street to play James Bond. This comes from author Anthony Horowitz, who is writing the most recent James Bond novel. He said, quote, for me, Idris Elba is a bit too rough to play the part. It's not a color issue. I think he's probably a bit too street for Bond. It is a question of being suave. Yeah. Now,
Before
internet exploded.
Right, it did explode. And you know what's funny is normally things like this, I don't like it. However, he didn't word it that poorly.
The
I
too
feel
street
like-
is what people have a problem with.
Right, but he's actually right. And here's what's funny is actually when people brought up before like who should be the next Bond, and they were like, oh, we want Idris Elba. And I was thinking about it, and at first I was like, oh, that would be great. And then there was always something that I was like, I'm still concerned about it. Has nothing to do with him being black or anything like that.
Sure.
But he is, especially after seeing
He is black.
being too street, because after seeing shows like Luther and seeing other things that he's done,
That's
he
what
does
he was
have
referencing,
that
yeah.
very. I don't know how else to
He's
say it
gruff.
other than he is gruff. But street is a very appropriate description.
I think that Idris Elba can definitely be suave, but all the things I've seen him in, for the most part, he is rough and gruff. And
the
I
only thing
understand
that
the streets.
The only thing you can't say that he's gruff really in is Thor, but even that he has
Or The Office.
or
He's
the
in
Office.
What are you talking about?
This guy, Idris Elba. He's black. The author of the
Whoa.
newest... Is that a bad thing to say?
Apparently.
But the author of the
Um,
newest James Bond says that he wouldn't be good for Bond because he's too straight. Here was his apology, though. He said, I'm really sorry. My comments about Idris Elba have caused offense. That wasn't my intention. I was asked in my interview if Idris Elba would make a good James Bond. In my article, I expressed the opinion that to my mind, Adrian Lester would be a better choice, but I'm a writer, not a casting director, so what do I know? Clumsily, I chose the word street as Elba's gritty portrayal of DCI John Luther was in my mind. But I admit it was a poor choice of word. I am mortified to have caused offense.
Right, and this guy, I feel bad because this guy wasn't trying to be offensive at all.
To say that he's mortified, he's probably crying in a hotel room right now.
Yeah, he probably feels like his career is over.
Shut up.
You're right. I'm sorry. Next up, Andrew Garfield was never Spider-Man, according to an interview with Andrew Garfield.
Yes, he was.
Here's what the question was. What have you learned from being Spider-Man? He responded, well, nothing, because I was never Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man is a fictional character. He's not real. You know what's funny? To give you the vulnerable answer, I thought I was going to be Spider-Man. You know, I went to it going, ego shit came in. It's like, quote, okay, here it is. I'm fucking Spider-Man. I fucking made it. All that shit. I didn't actually make it. I was never Spider-Man. That's kind of sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, why did he say that?
All right, I'll explain why he said that.
Right, he goes into
I was the actor that I am, the person that I am, struggling with trying to match up with something that I elevated so high in my mind, elevated beyond what I could attain, what I could achieve. The great thing is, that's what Peter Parker was doing as well. Peter Parker created this symbol that he couldn't live up to. It was never enough. He never felt enough, and I never felt enough. I never felt like I was able to do enough, and I couldn't rescue those films, even though I didn't sleep.
Oh God, that's
at that
so
point.
sad.
But you know what's funny is that is the ultimate Spider-Man right there.
Yeah,
he realistically in my mind, out of anybody else that was ever cast for anything, he was almost perfect. As soon as I heard
as Spider-Man, yes, for sure, 100%.
Actually, I like him as Peter Parker.
I do too. A lot of people think he was a little too angsty and a little bit too
but I don't think that was him.
Punk, I guess.
That wasn't him. That was the whole photography director. That was a script. That was the way it was written. A lot of people nowadays have a very hard time discerning the difference between a writer's influence, a director's influence, and the actor's influence.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to differentiate themselves from either one of those.
The same fan says, disagree, Maguire nailed Parker, Garfield nailed Spidey. And I hear that very often. I hear most people say Maguire was a better Parker, Garfield was a better Spidey.
So
I'll give that I think the writing for Parker was better.
Andrew Garfield thinks that he didn't do a good job.
I'm not sure if he blames himself for the film's failing or
no,
he wasn't the problem.
No, 100%. But a lot of people say that. But what you were saying, the angstiness, they didn't like.
It's a sad story. It is.
I didn't get to finish my sentence because of.
After this one, you will. Spielberg predicts the decline of superhero movies.
I hate this story in general.
I don't disagree.
Well, I know that's why I hate
Here's what Spielberg said. Quote, we were around when the Western died, and there will be a time when the superhero movie goes the way of the Western. It doesn't mean there won't be another occasion, pregnant pause, another occasion where the Western comes back and the superhero movie someday returns. Of course, right now the superhero movie is alive and thriving. I'm only saying that these cycles have a finite time in popular culture. There will come a day when the mythological stories and stories are supplanted by some other genre that possibly some young filmmakers just thinking about discovering for all of us. I agree. The bubble will burst.
100%. And what I was so pissed because I saw multiple articles, from multiple different sites posting this, and I looked at all the comments, and some of them were like, "Yeah, this is right," and then a lot of them were just like really angry, like superhero fans, like, "How can you say that? Spielberg hasn't made a good movie." Like all this crap.
Spielberg, first of all, Spielberg has made plenty of great movies recently.
You're right, yeah. But it annoys me. I'm like, are you? At one point I had to just break it. I'm like, are you guys moronic? Do you not all realize that popular things now are not going to be popular in the future? Yes, the superhero fad will die. I don't understand how you don't understand that.
Yeah, this isn't really even a ballsy thing to say.
No, it's not, and it was such a bland thing to report on. I'm getting so annoyed with all these fake news stories that are news, and this is one of them. And it was just.
Are you getting tired of superhero films at all? Or are you still kind of into them right now?
No, they go for a little longer, but then they should stop.
I think Avengers the Age of Ultron was the first one where I really felt fatigue.
Yeah, I think the hype was also to do with that. I think they were building
maybe a little bit. I just feel like that film was so much about I'm cool, and not at all about developing a great story, developing characters that you were concerned about. I was never concerned about any character
too
in
much
that movie.
At once. Right.
It was just look at this awesome action, and that's it. Yeah. What were you going to say about Andrew Garfield, Kristen?
The world will never know.
At least she plays by the rules.
She commits to the rules of the Level Up Show Has No Game. But, Kristen, look at the number in the room. 117 people watching our show right now. Thank you so much for coming in. I am Andrew Midori. This is Mike McLaughlin. This is Kristen Midori. This is the Level Up Show, a part of the Level Up Network. And if you like us at any point, this. Make sure to follow us right now, guys. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation at any point throughout the show, and we will shout you out. So let's see if we got any follows. I don't think so. I didn't see anything pop up yet.
Says I'm getting into zombie films recently. Where have you been the past 15
Yeah, that's
years?
one of the bubbles I think kind of burst in some ways already, at least when it comes to movies.
Too much zombie.
Walking Dead is alive and well. And
but The Walking Dead is the only zombie thing that I will watch and care about.
I watched season 5.
Oh my god,
that was my favorite season.
It's so good.
Yeah. I actually didn't even finish season 4. I didn't finish the last couple episodes.
There was one season I was like, meh. But the last one I really liked.
I think 4, the last half of 4, I was very mad on.
Yeah.
And then 5 brought it back.
When it ended, I was like, ah!
You know what had zombies, and I had no expectation for it to have zombies? Metal Gear Solid.
If you want to call it that.
So, because that kind of leads us into what we've been playing. And I know that we were both going to talk about that.
Yes, I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 5. You have as well. We will not spoil story because 9 chapters into the game, there's basically no story.
I'm at 6.
Yeah, there's not a lot of story.
It's like, hey, we're going to throw this sci-fi stuff at you. Have fun. And
first, let's start off with the prologue. Because that is the most story-heavy part of the game. But we almost saw all of that in the very first trailer for The Phantom Pain before we knew it was Metal Gear Solid 5.
So, some of it. I didn't see all of it.
A lot of that was in that trailer. Go back and watch that trailer. Most of the prologue is in that trailer. Which I thought was a little bothersome because as I was playing through the prologue, as awesome as it was, I was like, I already saw that. I already saw that. When am I going to see something I haven't seen yet? And then the very, very end of it is when it was like, okay, this is new.
Right.
I thought the prologue was awesome. It went on a little too long for you?
100%.
Okay.
There was no at the very beginning, especially when you're crawling. Like to me, parts of the game when you have to crawl somewhere, you're limping. It's a point of showing
you even
that
saw
you're
that part. You saw when I was just crawling. You know, I was.
Yeah,
it's a point to show you're damaged, but it's like, how much of this do I need? I don't need to crawl this much. I get he's crippled. I get he's supposed to be Solid Snake, and you want to instill in me that he's
not supposed to be Solid Snake. First,
or he's supposed to be Snake. I don't
get
know.
it right.
I don't know.
He has no idea.
No, I have no idea what's going on. Why do they all have different names? How many different types of snakes and ocelots are there?
Snake is a code name. Solid is a code name.
There's Revolver Ocelot. There's Liquid. I don't get it. I don't.
Ocelot is a code name. They all have code names. Yes.
But they change. No, the code name doesn't change. It's the name before it.
Yeah. Even Shalashaska is a code name.
Oh my god, I hate this game.
Yeah.
But no, it just went on too long. But I'm loving everything else since then. Okay. You know, finally got past that. It was interesting. It creeped me out. I had no idea what Hellboy was doing in the game. But it got to the point where I am now totally invested into it, and I can't.
There's another code name for you, Venom Snake, which I think is the most interesting part so far. Bless you.
I covered my mic.
Why is he called Punished Venom Snake? Right? All that leads me to believe is that this is not a spoiler, guys. This is purely speculation. I don't think we're playing as Big Boss. I don't think so.
And I know a lot of people echoed that, including Rick. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
But what's weird to me is something you'll find out in the prologue. I don't want to go into it.
Yeah.
All right.
There are some things that happen during the prologue that definitely open up that possibility.
Okay, so you know what I'm getting at, right?
Yes.
All right.
There is. What was that?
It's just too scary.
It was scary.
Well, wait till did she see any of the other stuff?
No, but she saw the opening, which really is horror feeling. Yeah. It's almost like he took PT and he this is inspiring Metal Gear Solid prologue.
He has an Easter egg in the game.
Yeah, he does.
PT.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I give myself a lot of credit. I found an Easter egg before it was even posted online, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of other people did. I'm not the only one. But
can we talk about it
in the prologue?
Okay.
You know the poster?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, where he's putting himself in there.
Yeah.
Did he put his name at the end of every chapter on purpose?
You know what? I think that before this even started to happen, I think that was probably already the case.
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima pats himself on the back a lot.
Oh, does he?
He does.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, he does. And I have no problem with it. He deserves it.
No, he deserves it.
He deserves to do that.
He's very good at it.
Tempest, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for wearing our shirt.
Yes, not only that, but it looks like he had a great time. He got to play a lot of stuff that we've been looking forward to, including Star Wars Battlefront and Halo 5. He got to play a lot of those games.
Maybe you can call in later.
Yeah, I would love to get a call from you.
So what do you like so much about the gameplay in Metal Gear Solid 5?
I mean, it's fluid, and I do like stealth games, but everything just flows well, and especially now that I got to handle the controls better. I know when I was playing Ground Zeroes, I was having a hard time getting used to it, but now that I've gotten used to it, I just flow with everything. I mean, I still alert some guys, but sometimes I do it on purpose just because it's fun.
Yeah.
I was doing a side mission earlier today, and I extracted the lost sheep, and once I did that, I could just exit it out. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have fun in this area.
That's one of the funnest parts about the game.
Messed around with the entire area, and I just destroyed all their satellites.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know,
The game,
But-
the possibilities are endless in this freaking game.
You could make a zoo at your mother base. I don't
It's crazy,
get that.
and that's one of the fun parts. Is Fulton, that system where you parachute these things up or balloon them up, whatever you want to call them.
So guilty when
It's
I did
just
D-Dog.
so much fun to watch them like scream as they get lifted high
But
into
did
the
you
air.
listen to D-Dog when you did D-Dog?
Yes, I did.
I felt guilty.
D-Dog is.
I felt really
Spoiler,
guilty.
not really. You saw that in the trailer. One of your buddies is a dog named D-Dog, just like the horse is one of your buddies.
Mhm.
Quiet can be one of your buddies, and even
Rich.
more than that.
I think Rick got quiet already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's much further in the game, so he must be a lot further.
Apparently, it's one of those obscure ones that you can actually bump into
Okay.
at other parts. But that's what I love is that there's so many routes to go. I've put in just as much time as you have,
Yeah.
and I'm less into
Yeah.
the story mode. But I've done so many.
I've done a
side
few
ups.
side ups, but I'm definitely focusing on the story because I need to make sure I get that done because I don't have enough time for most games anymore. So I want to make sure I
Right.
at least get the story mode done at some point. I don't know when it's going to happen because it's such a
That's
long
what
game.
sucks.
It's
Like
massive.
I've been wanting to play, and then I'm like, oh, I have to go out here. I have to go to
Yeah.
dinner. I have to go. I told everybody I was going
I
to.
know, right? It's like,
And it's
damn
just
it.
like, and it's not like, damn it. Like I mean, I want to do these things, but it's like, I just want to. I wish I had the time to delve into these
Yeah, I
games
know.
like I used to be able to.
I know it's disappointing, but yeah, from a gameplay perspective, even though the story so far is a little bit lesser
than
than
what
I
you want.
wanted, I want more story. The gameplay is phenomenal. It's the best Metal Gear's ever been. It's so fluid. The Fox engine is unbelievable.
Yeah.
1080p in 60 frames per
Yeah, it
second
is.
all the time. It never dips, and it's
No.
it's so
and that's
solid.
including all the customization that
Yeah.
you can give. I mean, when you get shot a bunch of times, your suit now is covered in blood, and you can
Yep.
choose to shower or not. It
Yep.
stays with you for multiple
He
missions.
can get so bloody.
It's ridiculous.
It's
I know.
scary bloody. It's,
I got destroyed by the zombie things.
yes. There's these certain.
How many
they're
times
called
did you
the
die on
skulls.
that?
You're talking about the skulls?
Yeah, how many times did you die on that?
I didn't die actually.
No?
No.
How did you not die? I died 4 times.
Really?
I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, I did not die. Thank you for the
I
follow,
hate you.
Whip954. But yes, the skulls are very creepy. I'm not sure what
I don't like
exactly
it.
they are yet. I don't even know if they're real. I don't know what's real in this game. It's all kind of blowing my mind right now. But yeah, great game. Definitely going to be
Love it.
one of the Game of the Year contenders.
Absolutely.
I hope that as it gets further, the story becomes deeper.
It just scares me to see if I'm going to actually have enough time to finish this before Fallout comes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because I don't know if I will.
Going to TV shows, Kristen and I watched Mr. Robot.
Yep.
How are you liking it?
Started
I
it.
kind of wanted to get into that, but I
We
wasn't
only
sure.
watched one episode.
Yeah, we watched the pilot episode.
And you didn't like it.
No, we did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we did.
Drew's like, you did? Yeah.
No, I was curious what she wanted to say about it.
I liked it. I only watched one episode, so I can't say too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was. I go
Acting's good.
when I review things, I say more than I like it. That's all I know. For me, the first episode, I thought the
That's why
actor
I'm not you. 'cause I'm
Rami Malek.
Stupid.
No, I thought maybe you would comment on Rami Malek or something.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the main actor, the main character.
I think, right? Yeah.
Elliot. Just call him Elliot.
Elliot.
I don't know people's names.
He was so much better than I was ever expecting.
Yeah, that was my big worry actually.
Because he's
he
from
was-
Until Dawn, and he's
Right.
fine in Until Dawn, but I just had no idea the guy had this acting ability. Like,
Yeah.
he's really, really good.
Good.
Like, he
All right,
is
I'll get into
one
it.
of the selling points of the show, 100%. I can't wait to go further with it because the cinematography, the acting, the writing, everything about it so far is just top notch. Not something I expected from USA.
I tried to get into Bloodline.
Do
About
it.
3 episodes in, and I couldn't. Like I don't.
What?
Not that I don't. I'm not like I hate this, but it's just like it's not picking up for me in the way that I thought.
going,
Like from
man.
your raving on it, like I just found out what they do.
Yeah.
Like that's the last episode I watched.
It does start a little slow. It's
starting-
developing the characters
right.
and the family.
which is fine, but
Keep
it's like
going.
I just don't know if I care enough yet.
Keep going.
All right.
Oh my
I'll
god,
try.
how do you not care? You must be. God, you're heartless. You're black
Because
soul.
I see so. I honestly, there's so many shows that do similar things.
No,
just-
nothing like this. Your heart matches your black
just wait
shirt.
for it. Just wait for it.
Maybe I don't know them.
You got to keep going.
Alright.
It does some really cool things. It really does, that show. Bloodline, guys, it's not getting enough attention. It's the least watched Netflix original series.
I know some people are liking
Please
the
watch
new
it.
Narcos one.
I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into that. Netflix is doing pretty well. They're doing like HBO quality.
Yeah.
I feel like
They are.
at this point, like they're killing it, and they kill themselves with pulling all the movies and everything. I don't know if you heard about that.
Gaming
but-
Genius, thank you so much, man. He said you guys are awesome.
Yeah, he just he said hi. I guess he's new because I don't remember the name.
Gaming Genius, if you're new, thank you for joining
Yeah.
us. Anybody who is new, don't forget you can follow our show. Just hit
Absolutely.
that heart button live from PlayStation in the bottom left-hand corner, and we will shout you out like Whip 954, the show, and Hunting the Week.
Whip and Nene.
Whip and Nene.
I was just singing that in my head. Did someone sing that? Say that?
No, he
I-
said Whip.
I said Whip is one of the characters.
it's-
One of the viewers that followed us. I hate that song.
He said yes, the story picks up once Quiet makes her first appearance.
Interesting. Okay. I'm very excited for that moment. I love story in Metal Gear Solid. That is the reason I play Metal Gear Solid. I feel like the gameplay has always been great. So improve the gameplay further. It's like awesome, but I always love the gameplay. But to pull back on the story, that was the most important part of Metal Gear for me. That makes me worried. But I think we've talked about Metal Gear enough.
Yeah, we could go on forever, but we don't want to.
We're going to get into the level update in just a moment, guys. First, we're going to take a 60-second commercial break. So hold on tight. Thank you to the follow from Gaming Genius. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Gaming Genius and everybody else in the room, please stick with us. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hey, Kristen, is Henry in the room? Did you see him in like the list of people?
I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him say anything, but I didn't know if he was lurking.
There are many moments, Drew. Awesome, man. I'm happy about that. Were you going to say something, Kristen?
No.
I hope he does too. More follows from Savage Minion, and we also had another one before that. That was Gamblin. 249. Thank you for the follow. Keep those coming, guys. Thank you so much.
Did you try it though, Kristen? Or did either of you try it?
I haven't yet. I was waiting.
Yeah, I took a sip upstairs.
Yeah. What do you think? Good.
Yeah, it wasn't the best thing. It wasn't the worst thing.
I had to try very, very hard to make it work the right way.
Well, Kristen doesn't really like alcoholic drinks so much, so take that into account.
Well, it was also tough. I had to really grasp at straws.
Yeah, I'm real bad. I'm real bad at.
I'll try it out. If Henry doesn't come in, I'll still drink it.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting. Was that me or you? Another follow from Trix Hot Zlone. I'm not sure how to say that, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, I think we're back. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 89. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk all the biggest gaming industry news, and we're about to do that right now.
Are we?
With the Level Update, our official discussion of those big gaming stories throughout the week. Let's get to it, guys.
Can I time myself out?
Can you time yourself out?
Maybe.
I've
never tried.
I'm trying to get away from this timeout thing, and it won't.
Sometimes it sticks around. Yeah, it's annoying.
You have to...
Sometimes it doesn't go away. You have to refresh the page if you really want it to go away. All right, big story here. Uncharted 4. We have a release date. It is March 18th, 2016. PlayStation blog race. Mark your calendars, folks. We are excited to announce that Uncharted 4: A Thief's End will launch on March 18th. As we all eagerly count down the days, we have news to share on all of our pre-order offerings, including 2 limited edition versions of the game, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End Special Edition and the Libertalia Collector's Edition. The Special Edition will cost you $80, contains a premium collectible treatment plus an inside look at Naughty Dog's development process. That means the Blu-ray disc, of course, collectible steelbook, which is awesome. Freaking gorgeous artwork. Then you've got the what we got here, the 48-page hardcover art book by Dark Horse. You've got Naughty Dog and Pirate Sigil sticker sheet, and finally the Naughty Dog points, which is an in-game currency, something they did with Uncharted 3 as well. They kind of had an in-game currency there as well. Why don't you tell what you get with the Libertalia?
So the Libertalia edition, which Greg, I think he said already paid off, is $120 and comes with everything that you just heard, as well as 3 multiplayer outfits from Drake's, the first 3 games from Drake's Fortune, Heist Drake, and Desert Drake outfits, 2 custom weapon skins like the Golden Weapon and Desert Weapon, Henry Avery Sigil, the Madagascar Sidekick, but the reason that you're paying $120 for this is, of course, a 12-inch premium Nathan Drake statue by Gentle Giant.
And it does look a lot better than that.
Do not do it justice. It is very good looking.
Drake's Deception kind of infamously has a really terrible statue.
Yeah,
this one looks a lot better.
Yeah.
So go online, check it out, guys. You can find the images, of course, all over the internet. And definitely check out the Steelbook artwork. That's probably my favorite thing about this.
Really? You like it more than the statue?
Here's the thing. I want the statue. $120 isn't bad.
No, it's
that's
not at all.
About right.
Not
about
$40 for a figure.
Yeah, 150 like Tomb Raider is a little high. I think 120 is about right, especially for a 12-inch statue, and it does come with a bunch of other stuff as well. I think that's appropriate, but I'm really getting a lot of statues.
Right,
now.
You have so many. Now
I might need to take a break for a little while.
Yeah, because you're gonna run out of room.
I'll get the special edition.
We say this as Gandalf is just on the floor.
Yes,
and
I love that statue, and it works well front and center here. But I want to show off the Journey one for now.
More appropriate,
and it's not as big, which is
right. It's not as in the way, and I didn't like that as
much.
But
I will get the special edition for the Steelbook artwork.
Smart.
Yeah.
$20 more for that? Why not?
No, why not? Yeah. Go ahead. You're up.
Apple TV 4 is going to have more of a gaming focus. This week, we're going to hear more about it, likely on Wednesday.
Yep.
But at 9to5Mac.com wrote that Apple's new Siri remote, akin to the current Apple remote, will utilize a standard replaceable battery, so users will not need to frequently recharge the device like an iPhone or Apple Watch. For gaming purposes, the remote control will have the built-in motion sensors introduced in the iPhone, as first noted by TechCrunch, so that it can be used as a steering wheel for car racing titles and similar games. This isn't the first time we heard about this.
No.
And I'm surprised it's taking them this long.
They keep saying this.
Here's the thing with Apple right now is that, you know, I don't hate Apple like a lot of people do.
Sure.
I think they're overrated for a lot of things,
Overpriced
especially
for a lot of things.
in the more recent years. And I was trying to give Tim Cook a little bit of time to settle into his role
Sure.
before I pass any judgment, but it's been 2 years now, and you have done jack shit. And with a company like Apple, who is always ahead of the game of everybody else and kind of setting the trends, you guys are now kind of just buying into it with the same iPhones every time. You haven't had a good update to Apple TV in years. You haven't done much to the MacBooks. You made them thinner. Congratulations. That's really all you did.
Sure.
They haven't done too much. The Apple Watch was already something that Steve Jobs planned. So nothing they've done is anything that Tim Cook
Are we at all excited, though, for the idea of Apple starting to care more about gaming?
No.
I'm not.
I don't care at all.
I don't really care.
I think it's
But
sleeping behind the times.
Kristen and I are very excited to jump back into the iPhone
Yeah.
because we've been with Android for the last 2 years, and I don't know. I didn't like it
No.
personally.
Yeah, I was the one who convinced you to get it, and I was bad.
I mean, I don't know. I like the iPhone better overall.
Well,
I
it's 'cause
like
you guys
its
got
ease of
Samsung.
use. So we're September 9th. I'm assuming they're going to announce the 6S and the 6S Plus. That's what I assume.
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty soon, but we're definitely jumping back into that. I also saw a question towards Kristen. What game are you most looking forward to right now? Do you have one?
No, because that one Until Dawn just came out, right?
Yeah, but
Are
you have
you,
one other one I was
Are
thinking
you
of.
getting...
What, Mario Maker?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mario Maker.
I mean, I don't even play other ones.
I know.
don't want to buy more crap.
I know. Yeah.
I'm too busy cleaning to have fun.
Welcome to adult.
Yeah. Kristen, why don't you read the final story? I'll give it to you. Right there at the bottom, the
I'm
green one.
so lame. Like,
You're not
So
lame. Stop
lame.
it.
no, I am. Like, oh.
You're an adult with a house and a
Then you did a
job. Trust
follow
me, it's
from
not lame.
RAR, The Real Team-In, Karma Supra, and Gaming Genius. Go ahead, Kristen.
Yeah, but I do have plenty of free time now that I'm home at nighttime where I could do stuff like that.
And you're going to have off on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
But I usually will sleep because I'm usually exhausted all the time.
Maybe we could, every Tuesday spend a little bit of time playing some Mario or something.
No, I will not commit to every...
I'm not talking about streaming it. I'm just talking about playing it.
All right. Anyway,
And RAR.
I'm too busy cleaning to have fun, sad face, says Rick. Sony officially details PS4 firmware 3.0.
You take the green stuff. I'll take the black stuff at the bottom. This is a long story.
Oh my god.
Jesus, Drew.
There's a lot of details. Go ahead.
Events. A new hub for events has been added, giving an overview of activities taking place in the games you play most, as well as official broadcasts. For instance, you may see an update for a double XP weekend, a special enemy appearing at a scheduled time, or seasonal events like in-game towns being decorated for the winter. YouTube Live. PS4 owners will be able to live stream gameplay to YouTube.
Meh.
Live streams will be viewable across YouTube, including on the new YouTube Gaming mobile app and website.
Meh.
I'd say it has potential. It has potential.
Right, that's why I said meh.
Online storage capacity increase.
Awesome.
PlayStation Plus members'
Thank God.
PS4 cloud storage capacity will increase from 1 gig to 10 gigs. Favorite groups.
That's how you say it.
Is it really?
No.
Actually, I mean, it is.
If that's how you want to say it, that's perfectly
Then
fine.
why
I mean,
is it
technically,
spelled?
she is right, but we just
It looks
slang
like
up.
favorite.
We slang it up now. We're
Wait a
lazy.
second. Does it actually say favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the British spelling of favorite. They put U's everywhere. I don't know.
So it's
Talk to
actually
Brad about it.
favorite.
Talk to Brad about it.
They put U's, like in color, for instance. It's COLOUR in Britain.
Is that what that was? Is that why they do that?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm not
all right,
sure what
cool.
that's
So
all
it's
about.
favorite.
It's
Yeah,
favorite,
it's
yeah.
favorite.
Favorite groups has been added to the Friends app, letting you add new or existing groups as a favorite group and quickly access groups of people to like.
You like to play.
The word favorite is in here like 50 times.
50 times.
Quickly access. I can't even speak. Can I just start favorite groups over?
Start over. Favorite groups.
Favorite groups has been added to the Friends app, letting you add new or existing groups as a favorite group and quickly access groups of people you like to play games with frequently.
Nice.
This will make the process of getting a game session up and running even easier.
Fun
Nice
fact,
job.
please
Nice
don't add me to your favorite group.
Why would you delete
Your
it?
favorite.
Did I delete it actually?
Yeah. By taking yourself out of the group message, you delete yourself
I
from
don't
my
like
favorites
that.
group.
They are very stupid if that's their way of doing it.
I will say what happens. You know, it's just a beta right now.
Hace calor.
Communities.
What?
This is my favorite thing. You guys haven't seen it yet, but Communities is awesome.
You have to show me all these things.
I'm really excited. PS4 users will have the ability to create communities based around shared interests, like games, genres, and more. Communities include a message board with general discussion, screenshots shared by players, and the ability to join parties or games. If you want to tackle a big multiplayer raid but don't have enough friends, this could be a great way to connect with other like-minded players. There is a Level Up Network community, guys. If you are a part of the 3.0 beta like myself, search for the Level Up Network community. We already have like 20-something members of our community. It's awesome. Keep it up, guys. And people are commenting, too, in our message.
I like how
Hace calor.
alerted you that you were able to sign up for the beta, and yet you got in and I didn't.
What are you talking about? I signed up before you said anything.
My God, what a first world problem, gentlemen.
Yes, you said this on Level Up Direct as well, and I forgot you said it. I was like, why do you think that you signed up first?
Because you're like, oh, really? Because you said, oh, really?
I signed up a good while ago. Yes. And I got it.
Liar.
Yes.
Liar.
Sharing video clips to Twitter. Users will have the ability to share video clips directly to Twitter. The maximum is 10 seconds. And you'll be able to twin. Twinning. Live from PlayStation. We've added the ability for users to view popular broadcasts, video clips, and screenshots on the Live from PlayStation area. Not quite sure if that's better than what we already have, but I'll have to check it out. Screenshots. We've listened to your feedback, and you now are able to do PNG, which is better quality than JPEG, of course. You've got Now Playing area. The Now Playing screen will display more information about what your friends are doing, and you'll be able to quickly jump into a party, request a screen share, or jump to PlayStation Store to buy a game your friend is playing. You can also request to watch somebody now if they're playing something.
Which I'm sure that's not going to be annoying.
It might be, but you can probably turn off those notifications, I'm sure. You got stickers, which is kind of fun. In your message area, you can now apply stickers. Uncharted 4 has a bunch of them right now. It could be Drake doing a thumbs up, but they're nice. It's a nice little addition. So yeah, it's not a bad update. I hope there's more to it.
Right.
Outside of the beta.
There's more that they haven't.
There is more that they haven't announced yet. We'll have to wait and see when it officially released. I am into the 3.0 beta, and I can tell you that Communities is by far the best feature.
Communities or the whatever the other
Favorites is good too, but as you said, the downfall of favorites is that when you create a favorites group or any group whatsoever, it creates a group message for that group.
Unsubscribe.
And if somebody removes themselves from the group message, it removes them from your group that you created.
Stupid.
Which is kind of dumb. So I hope they fix that.
Messages. I've been on a unfriending spree lately with the group messages.
Oh,
lately,
really?
They've popped up again. And no offense, even if you're doing it innocently, I don't need that in my life. I just don't.
I understand. It's frustrating when we're in bed at night and you get it sometimes. Sometimes it just goes on and on, like bring.
And I keep it on because I turn all my notifications off.
Yeah, I get mad.
So I don't get notifications popping up when I'm playing a game constantly or when I'm streaming. But I have them still on for my phone. So that's the only way for me to get it. So I can't, and you can turn it off on that, but I don't want to.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's really obnoxious when you're trying to sleep.
Yeah, thanks for the group messages.
It just happened. I did not know that was going to happen. We are getting a call. We're in our Skype segment, guys. So call in on Skype at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. We're going to take this call from Antonio.
Oh, Antonio Grande.
Hey, Antonio, how you doing? Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
It puts delicious.
Antonio, can you hear us?
He has the stream in the back.
Antonio.
Guys, when you call in, make sure you turn the stream off or pause it.
Pause it on your TV or your computer and make sure to listen to the Skype audio. Antonio, can you hear us? He's on the delay. We're going to have to let you go, Antonio. Once you catch up and hear us say this to you in real time, make sure to call in next time and turn down the audio on the broadcast so that you can hear the Skype. God, this is why I don't want a freaking Band-Aid on my finger. Bryce, welcome to the show, man.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Bryce. What's going on, man?
Nothing really.
First up, did you wear the t-shirt on Thursday?
Yes.
You're a good man. He wears our t-shirt every week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
He is sporting the Level Up Network. He's a good man.
What T-shirt does he have?
Which one do you have, Bryce?
The blue, like it says like the Level Up like network on it, and it has like the +1, and it has it's like I think it's royal blue. I think.
So you changed the color a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. That sounds awesome.
Like it.
I don't think you've tweeted us with an image of you wearing this shirt.
Mm.
You should do that.
Fine, I will.
I don't know what that was.
Bryce, no pressure. What's going on, man? What do you want to talk about tonight?
Okay. Finally, you have finally listened to all of us and said that you would get Uncharted 4 over Fallout 4.
I was never talking about getting Uncharted 4 over Fallout 4. We were talking about the Nathan Drake collection.
Yeah.
And I am not getting Uncharted Nathan Drake collection because Mike here is so kind that he said he would let me borrow the collection when he's finished with it.
Whoa. You said you were going to get the, like, edition or whatever, like the one...
I'm getting Uncharted 4.
Oh.
I'm getting the special edition of Uncharted 4. I will definitely get that on March 18th. But the Drake collection or whatever it's called, I will not get that. I will play when Mike's done with it, and I will get probably Fallout 4 instead.
What? And
This is getting confusing.
Am I being confusing?
No,
I feel like I'm
saying,
being pretty clear.
No, I'm saying all of the the games come like
there's
Uncharted collection and all these
so
different things.
many
are being
games.
You got two Uncharted games to look forward to right now. October, the end of October, somewhere around there, is Uncharted the Nathan Drake collection. That's the first 3 games in the series. That's Drake's Fortune Among Thieves and Drake's Deception, all remastered, 1080p, 60 frames per second. Next year, March 18th, you've got the new addition to the Uncharted series called Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Entirely developed for the PS4, entirely new game, nobody's played it yet. So you got that to look forward to next year.
I have one question.
Go ahead.
For every single one of you, I want you to say the worst game you have ever played.
Oh, God.
Interesting.
Good on the spot.
It is good on the spot. Do you have an answer to this, Kristen? You're not playing as many games as we play, but maybe back in the Super Nintendo days, was there any game that you thought was just terrible? I'll let you stew on that. Mike.
I played Ninja Bread Man.
Ninja Bread Man.
Yeah.
What's that?
Did you ever hear
What the
those?
heck?
The worst Wii games.
No, I
There
didn't
was
hear
like
that.
a series of games that they came out with that were just terrible. It was like this one company.
Yeah.
It was just terrible. It was like there was Ninja Bread Man, and there was something about like an Egyptian type thing. And I played the Ninja Bread Man one, and I hate myself for it every day. It was just terrible.
It sounds just the
Clunky.
name
It was
itself
just awful.
sounds bad.
It was just.
I've said this before.
Yeah.
We've gotten this question several times on the show, and that's not against you, Bryce. You're relatively new to our show, so you haven't heard my answer to this. It's a game called Orphan. It was for PS2,
Yeah.
and I have fond memories of this and terrible memories of this. The fondness comes from that it's the only game my mom ever bought me without any knowledge of the game. I didn't tell her to get it for me. She just went to a store, maybe Walmart or whatever. She was in the mood to get me something, and she saw Orphan. She saw the cover art. She recognized that it was kind of like an RPG, Japanesey. She knew I was into that, and she got it for me. And I thought it was awesome that she did that. Unfortunately, the game was god-awful.
Yeah.
One of the, if not the worst game ever played, probably one of the worst games I've ever played. Nothing else comes to my mind at the moment. But, as I said, I'll always hold on to that as a fond memory, actually, not actually a terrible memory because of what she did. How about you, Bryce, before we go to Kristen? She's still stewing.
I have a tie.
Okay.
Okay. Bob the Builder
Okay.
and Polar Express.
There was a Polar Express game?
You've talked about Bob the Builder before, and it was kind of like color matching or something like that. What was the point of the game?
No, like you had to build, like it would say, like build this bridge, and you had, like, if you were like, okay, if you moved it like to the other half of the screen, it would just pop it into place.
Okay.
So you didn't have to have any accuracy, even though that kind of like job career needs to have a lot of accuracy.
That job career. If you're a Bob the Builder type person in your career, you should have precision. If you're moving blocks, it needs to go into the right spot.
But no, not in this game. You can move it all the way half a mile across the land, and it just magically appears where you want it.
What was that Wii game that was Steven Spielberg produced? Where you move blocks around.
Yeah, it was
Boom Blocks.
What was it called?
Boom Blocks?
Boom Blocks.
Boom Blocks.
So that's what you wanted. You wanted Boom Blocks meets Bob the Builder.
I didn't want that. I'm just saying what it's like.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, and the other one was Polar Express. What was so bad about Polar Express?
okay, there's so many glitches. So like,
No surprise.
Have you ever watched the movies?
Yes, and it's not really the greatest movie either.
Okay, so you know how they fly the little how the flies the little Santa's bag? Okay, you know how it flies that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so whenever it flies it around, you have to control it, and then there's these bridges. But if you hit that sack onto the bridge, it gets you hooked, and you have to restart the whole entire game, like the whole entire section over again.
Hitting a sack is never a good idea.
No, don't hit any
Never
sack.
hit sacks. That sounds terrible. Kristen, were you able to think of?
I was just in general gonna say race car games. I hated them all.
What?
Even Mario Kart?
No.
Yeah, because I can't steer them.
Huh.
No.
We're gonna have to change that.
I'll challenge you to Mario Kart for $10.
I can't steer.
Extra life day. You are playing.
No,
Mario
it's
Kart.
frustrating. It's very frustrating
You
because
can get a gaming session with me, and I will teach you.
no, I just can't do it. Sorry.
Nope, just can't do it.
She's not willing to commit, Bryce. I'm sorry.
Okay, one last question. What in the world is the stinking big clock?
Wow, yeah,
What did
I
you
guess
say?
you were never around for the big clock.
He just asked what it is.
Was that? November of last year is when I started watching, so it's almost been about a year.
Big clock is something that you were not around for. That is old school Level Up.
Before your time, Bryce.
Before your time. Bryce, there was another location that Level Up occurred at. It was the old basement apartment of my parents' house. That's where the Level Up show started. And there was what we considered a normal clock behind us. But everybody else thought this was the most massive clock ever. And it became a personality of its own on our show. So every now and then we bring the big clock back.
Okay. Do you have any videos or anything on YouTube?
I would
Look
say
at our
watch
reruns.
episode 100.
Look at our reruns.
Or watch our reruns. But
Yeah.
episode 100, we will definitely bring the big clock back.
Okay.
All right.
Episode 100.
We have the spiritual successor to the big clock over here. He's tiny,
So
but he's
you're
there.
gonna do the Level Up show over there again?
No.
No,
No
it's
way.
gonna be here. It's definitely gonna be here. But
We can do it at Anthony's house.
yeah, that would be hilarious.
No.
To go back to the old days, just storm down into the basement apartment and be like, "Hey, Level Up time." No, that's not gonna happen. Bryce, we got to get going, man. We got to move on with the show.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for calling in, though, man.
Level uppy.
Did you just channel Brad?
Level Up.
Level uppy.
Is that Brad?
I don't
What just
know.
happened?
He becomes a different person sometimes.
I've heard that.
Bradley, John Tung, all the other, and Minikin, all these people that
Bradley.
called in. We will take your calls a little
Looks
later
like
in the
Mr.
show.
Bean.
What was that?
Bradley looks like Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Yeah, we make certain faces. Did you see
Interesting.
that? The picture I put up?
I can see that. I haven't seen the picture, but I
I'll have
definitely
to
can
find it.
understand the comparison there.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going with the level update, guys. Next up, what is on the agenda?
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. That's always good. I like talking about Final Fantasy. So, at PAX, we found out some new information on Final Fantasy Versus 13. What it used to be before it became Final
This
Fantasy
throws
15.
me off so much.
It was only 25% complete.
You were working on it for how long?
They were working on it for about 9 years, I'd say.
Oh, that sounds about.
Although it never went into full
So-
production.
I mean, I guess that you can go. We can wait 36 years for the
It
game
never
to
went
come
into full production. That's the difference here. But here's some other information. Quote, it's a little bit rough, but in terms of how much it had progress in terms of development, Versus 13 was around 20 to 25% in terms of character design or visuals. Nothing had really been fixed at that point. We were still working on updating it and revising those designs. Tabata says that development on Final Fantasy 15 started around 3 years ago, and Versus 13 was, quote, being developed up to that point, and 15 started development. So it was a seamless transition from Versus 13 to 15, about 3 years ago. Interesting. I didn't realize it was that long ago that the transition happened, and they started working on PS4.
I thought we knew that though.
I didn't realize it was that long. I thought it was more like 2 years.
Oh.
But going further, with regards to that overarching universe and setting for the world of Versus 13, it was constructed around the Fabula Nova Crystallis setting, so there was a certain amount that had been included and decided upon. But when we shifted toward 15, obviously we took that apart and evaluated what would make sense, pregnant pause, and what wouldn't. So there's portions that remain from the earlier Versus 13, but then there's portions which evolved or changed due to the change in the direction of the title.
How much of this do you think has to do with the lack of success of 13 over in the States and the Council of Final Fantasy getting together and saying, hey, we know you have a hard-on for Lightning, kind of turn it down a little bit.
Here's the thing. We don't know actually yet how far this deviates from the Fabula Nova Crystallis mythology.
Yeah, so
Supposedly,
that kinda
it's supposed to still be in that mythology.
Oh, really?
But maybe they're pulling away from it a
Right.
little bit. I don't know. Here's the thing: as long as this game doesn't have lightning in it, I don't care. Just don't
what if
make
it's like a cameo?
no. If lightning is in this, I will be upset. Stop, Square Enix. We don't in America. We don't give a
Lightning
shit.
sucks.
We're not into lightning like you guys are. We don't want to give her
Why
roses.
is Lightning so big? I don't.
They
get
love
it.
her over there.
Really?
I don't understand exactly why, but they love her. It's interesting. They give her
She's-
roses.
She's
and
bland to
everything.
me.
She is kind of bland, a little bit. But then so is Cloud
A lot of-
and Squall. So
Yeah.
you know what? I don't know. But I just think she
Weird,
went on too
man.
long. That's the problem. She went on too long. It's time to put her in the coffin
Right.
and bring somebody else out.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Mike.
New Ryu. Oh, it's a slow news week, huh? New Ryu design has been dubbed Hot
This
Ryu.
is not slow news.
by
This is
Street
awesome
Fighter
news.
community. No, but it was just that this is the I don't know, it's funny. An alternate character skin for Ryu shows off the iconic character shirtless with a thick lumberjack-like beard, kind of like me.
Kind of like you, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say he looks just like you, actually.
Just like me. The images quickly spread like a virus, and the design was dubbed Hot Ryu.
Ryu.
Is it Ryu?
Do you really say
I
Ryu?
do say Ryu. I
It's
know a lot of-
Ryu, man.
I know a shit ton of people say Ryu.
I'm not wrong with that, am I, guys? It's Ryu. It's not Ryu.
Dude, I
I
know
don't
a
know.
ton of people that say Ryu.
If you saw RYU, would you say Ryu or Ryu?
It's impossible to ask me that right now.
Why?
Because I already heard it both ways.
Well, no, Mike said Ryu, I said Ryu. Or are you just going to side with Ryu because
I'm
I'm
going
your
to side
husband?
with you, yeah.
She's biased. It's not fair.
Yep.
But I'm curious what the chat room says on that regard. Okay, so here's what's interesting about this. This started this internet explosion because a week earlier we had Armika, which is a
Who-
very sexualized female character, and everybody kind of got down on that.
But it was troping the whole thing.
And now, look at that. Look at how hot Ryu is.
Ryu?
Kristen, you're the female presence on this show. Is that not a hot man right there?
I don't like his face, but I like his body.
Okay.
What?
Why don't you like his face?
I don't know, because he looks like a caveman.
Interesting.
He looks like a, I don't know.
He looks like a lumberjack. He's got
Yeah.
that beard.
I
Drew
don't.
doesn't go for the man. I guess Kristen doesn't go for the manly man.
Yes, that's why she went for me, I guess.
You got
Not
the
a manly
swimmer's
man.
body.
I like, no offense to anyone with a beard, but beards, they scratch your. I have very sensitive skin, and beards will scratch my body, and I don't want that.
I have it's so far. It's by the way 3U to me.
Okay.
I've heard it as Ryu, so I mean if it's Ryu, I'll pronounce it that way. That said, I've always heard Ryu.
Here's the question. It's not how you pronounce it. It's how it's supposed to be pronounced. In
Right,
Japan,
well, that's what I meant.
how do they pronounce Ryu or Ryu? That's the question. Because, obviously all of us could have our own opinion on this, but there is a correct answer.
You're right.
Just
That's what
like
I'm saying.
people
If
say
it's- if it's
Yuffie
wrong-
or Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII,
Yeah.
but Yuffie is the correct answer. That is how it's supposed to be pronounced. So, but here's the
People say
question I
Yuffie?
have. I know my cousin used to say Yuffie.
Okay.
I always said Yuffie. Some
Weird.
people say Tifa. I know it's Tifa.
I've only known it as Tifa just because of you.
Right. Some people say Titus. It is Titus.
Oh, really? I say
Yeah.
Titus.
See, there you go.
Slap bet. No,
You're-
we're not doing slap bet on this.
There is an answer to this.
I
So
mean, it's very easy to find out the answer
Yeah.
for this.
here's my question about this topic. Do you think when they were developing this game, they were like, Armika,
Hold on. Read Bad Guy NYC.
why would it scratch your body? Are you walking in a garden of beers? Supposedly, I have very, very rough
But
facial
that would be
hair.
anyone. I like the look of facial hair, but I don't like it
Let's
to
be
touch
honest
my
here.
body.
Facial hair is basically pubic hair.
No, it's not.
They're the same.
It's
Do
different.
you like?
They're
Is
the
there something you
same-
need to tell us about how you
There's
get
the
your
same type of
facial
hair. You've got your
No,
hair.
it's
You've
not.
got your hair on top of your head. You've got your arm hair, all that kind of stuff. That's the same type of hair.
Right.
Facial hair, pubic hair, in my opinion, are the same type
Well,
of hair.
because it's rougher.
It's coarse. It's coarse hair.
It's supposed to protect it.
It's supposed to protect it. Exactly.
supposed to protect these
Your
things.
face is basically covered in pubic hair.
Right.
You right now, you have pubes on your face.
Well, there's that.
You do. It's true. Why are you?
When you laugh, you have no eyes.
Puss said no, it's not.
I think that it is.
Grocer, we all have pubes on our face.
I think that's the correct answer. Science says.
Science says
Because the coarse hair is supposed to
when
protect important things from cold and bad environments.
when Bradley brings up how off the rails this show has gotten, you know that we got way off
Yeah,
topic.
it's true. But where I was trying to go with this topic is Armika was clearly sexualized. Do you think Capcom was like, you know what? We're going to do Ryu/Ryu as sexualized as possible as well, and then nobody's going to be able to complain.
I don't think it was a like reactionary
premeditated
thing.
decision.
No, I think they have planned it.
I think so too.
I mean, I think she's also. I think they're both supposed to be tropes.
Yes,
100%.
I
think that it was blown out of proportion last week
with
or
Mika.
2 weeks ago, and then this week it was kind of like a shut up, you're all idiots.
I think it's
like,
hilarious. I love it.
I enjoy all of it.
Kristen, you're up with
You know what would be really an awesome invention?
the green one to top.
I didn't say Lake Show. I did not say this at all. This has all been Drew. I did not say one word about pubic
Scientific studies say
science.
that
Science.
pubes grow on the face,
Stop.
and that is facial hair.
Go
ahead.
Which one did you want
The-
me to
the
read?
What
green
have
one at
we
the top.
become?
What have we
There's
become?
one sentence.
I think
Corpse
that
Man
one.
wants
on
to
that
know why
side.
127 people are watching because we're freaking awesome, and you have been.
I'm
Alright,
wondering
for a
if
long
he
time.
means that's low or high. That's the
Can
question.
I just
Yeah,
say
'cause
that
this is actually really low.
you went off topic for 2 minutes? Like,
Deal with it, basically.
won't- I
Thunderin
won't
said
even
it's
comment.
Ryu,
Ryu.
like Ryu.
Okay, Kundaran, or however you say your name.
So I think it's. I mean, it's.
I wonder if
about
that's
3-3.
his opinion or if that's fact. Is the question.
Good.
Kristen, go ahead.
Anyway.
Back on gaming, guys. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you about what would be a good invention later, since I can't bring it up right now.
Right after this topic, go on.
I'm not bringing it up on here because we had to get back in track.
No, you are bringing it up.
No.
Do it.
New Aqua Blue PS Vita coming to America this fall.
Coming to America today. Go ahead.
IGN's Cassidy Moser writes, for the first time since its release in 2012, a differently colored PlayStation Vita will be available in the United States. Wow.
That's kind of
Like I
the
said, Slow
reaction
Week.
you should have.
Slow News Week.
No, I want to talk about this because it brings up another question.
During the GameStop Managers Conference, the Game Store franchise announced it would be carrying Aqua Blue PlayStation Vitas exclusively in stores nationwide. The Blue Vita will release on November 6th for $200. Pre-orders for the handheld system are now available through GameStop's official website.
I was gonna go in a different direction, but why is this thing still $200?
Exactly the question you should be asking.
Like, didn't they pronounce it a legacy system?
The 3DS is down to like 125 now. This system is dying. Why is this not
Like,
150?
The 3DS has, no offense, more top tier, high rated games
100%.
in a first party than Vita has in general.
Yeah.
So
the question
why...
is, first, why is it 200? Second, what are they still supporting the Vita?
I
I guess.
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I think that their decision to end it was too quick, and I think they didn't put enough into it. I don't think they gave it their all.
Yeah.
I think they were kind of hoping it would just take off. Like, they were waiting for
Watch
lightning in
this
a bottle.
be like the thing that makes it explode.
But-
Aqua Blue PS Vita.
I was actually going to go in the direction of, I'm really jealous of all the people I know that are still at GameStop just because they get things for free. Like the new...
Aqua Blue Vita?
No, they get the new Star Wars PS4
Ooh, that's nice.
and other things. I think they might even get this.
I will say I think that Aqua Blue Vita looks
I
nice.
think it looks great.
You think it looks
I
awesome?
still want a Vita, though.
Yeah.
Just for remote play when I don't feel like...
I need to know. What
What?
were you going to talk about? The
we're done.
invention that you were going to talk about.
No, just something that you rub it on your face after you like trim it or shave it. I know the hair will keep growing, but it will just make the hair very soft.
it's called a conditioner.
No, but
Sorry.
some
You're talking
kind
about
of
beard conditioner.
some kind of like cream that is developed.
So you
for-
want a cream that turns facial hair into normal head hair.
That said,
Yeah.
at like my length-ish, like a little bit shorter than this, and Mark will back this up because we had actually like a 5-minute conversation the one time on the show when you guys were doing something, and you're supposed to shampoo and sometimes even condition your beard.
I do.
You're supposed to
yeah.
take care of it the right way, and you're supposed to use like higher end shampoo. Than you can't just use like
The thing is, that's
$2
only if it
bottle
gets
of
really
Tresemme.
long, though. If you like trim
Right,
your beard
for that
every week,
you can't
like
really do
they-
it. That's
yeah.
just stupid.
Yeah.
It's
just
but
stupid.
yeah, that's just stupid.
That's just stupid. All right, guys, call in on Skype at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. There's the ID if you guys need it. We'll wait. We got an
When you
Anakin and
call-
others calling.
Mute the stream.
Yes.
Mute it. Just
Meaning mute the Twitch stream or your
Yes.
TV. Whatever the stream is playing on, mute that. and then listen to the audio that's coming through Skype. Either wherever that Skype is, if it's on your iPad, your computer, your phone, wherever Skype is, that's the audio that matters. Because that is real time, as opposed to delayed.
Yes.
Also, let's thank some follows, because we haven't done that in a while. Oh, my SIM card's been removed. You suck, phone. This is why I'm getting an iPhone.
Yep.
Or don't get a Samsung.
Here we go. We got Minikin, and we got Bradley, and we got John Tong. Where do we go with this?
Both.
Both at the same time? Oh, shit.
Sure, why not? Let's do a
Or we
call.
can just have Vita playing on the screen. Oh my god, we got so many.
Are you having trouble there?
I have,
do it?
grab it. There we go.
Invisibility?
It's this. I have a Band-Aid that doesn't allow me to control the mouse. And Minikin, welcome, man.
I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back.
It's nice to have you back.
He's been on vacation.
Ah, you've been on vacation. Where'd you go, man?
Yeah.
Where'd you go, Minikin? Where'd you go on vacation?
Oh, no, I was on vacation. I was just, it was just busy. I've just been busy.
We got face this time. Normally we get everything else that's going on in the room. We never get you. I just saw you, and I feel happy.
I saw you for a split second, but that was it. But it's nice. It's nice to have you back on the show, man. What is going on? What do you want to talk about tonight?
Thanks. Oh yeah, I want to talk about the backward compatibility on the PS3. As far as it being played on this, like the Xbox One version.
Okay.
So he's talking about like
he wants true backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the Xbox is getting in November.
No.
Ish. They're not getting all games. They're getting
It's
like
not true. Again, you said true backwards compatibility.
it's
Simulated. It's an emulator.
but you can put discs in and it does recognize
You put
it.
that, but all it does is recognize the verification
And then
code that you
emulates
need.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. But still, for all intents and purposes, it's backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not undermining.
Well, on PS4, we have PlayStation Now, which is our only form of
doesn't
backwards
do jack
compatibility.
shit.
It works. It's backwards.
Right.
It allows you to play games from the past, but you have to pay for it.
What's funny about that is the problem I have. Xbox is making you emulate the game, something they didn't have, whereas Sony already has the operating system of PS Now in place to emulate the game, but they don't have the recognizing software. And I don't know how they are that far behind Microsoft with that.
I think that Sony has everything they need for backwards compatibility.
Then
They're just not doing it. They know that they can make money, and they know that backwards compatibility is not a selling feature anymore. People don't buy systems for backwards compatibility. All their statistics show that. Xbox One, I'm sure everybody during that day when they announced it was like, oh my god, backwards compatibility. In a year, I'm almost going to guarantee you that nobody's going to care.
It's going to barely be.
It's going to barely be used.
Yep.
Yeah. But Minikin, what's your opinion on this, man? Does it bother you that the PlayStation 4 does not have backwards compatibility?
Yes, because since I'm back on the PlayStation, because last generation I had an Xbox 360, so now I have, and I missed the whole PS3 era. So I'm mad that the PS4 doesn't play Xbox One. I mean, PS1 and PS2 games. So I'm like, I would like to go all the way back to that catalog, to PS1, PS2, and PS3. So I'm just angry that, the PS4 doesn't do that, but yet the predecessor did. So I'm just like, I don't know why, like, Sony just doesn't, like, let you play, like, from PlayStation 1 era.
I think that my problem with what PlayStation is doing is a lot of us bought PlayStation 1 classics. At least let us play the PS1
I don't
classics that we
understand
bought.
why none of those are transferred.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, I have all the Final Fantasies.
And that's one of my problems. Like,
Yeah.
Nothing they have. Like, even digital things aren't transferable.
In all honesty, I think all PS1 games should be playable on PS4. The issue is that it actually doesn't have a CD drive. It doesn't recognize CDs. It only recognizes DVD and Blu-ray. So that's why PlayStation 1 games don't work. But if you downloaded a PS1 classic, that makes no sense. We should be able to play that.
Anything that you download that is available on the PS4 should be a transferred purchase.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. So I agree in certain ways. I wish it did have backwards compatibility. That would be awesome. It's definitely not a flaw or a con.
Mm-mm.
It's just I know that I probably wouldn't use it myself. But I feel for the people that would.
Yeah.
It sucks. I agree. And maybe there's a possibility that Xbox One doing this will push Sony's hand. But I feel like they're already invested in the PlayStation Now service. So I think it's just too late.
I mean, y'all think a petition won't help it? Like, help them, like,
If they got like
change
a
their
million
mind? At least
signatures,
with
maybe.
I don't even
PS2.
think that would do anything for them. I don't think. Realistically, I think they know it's not a big deal,
Yeah. It wouldn't get that many signatures. You might get 10,000 signatures on it.
which doesn't do jack
Which
shit.
doesn't do jack shit. Yeah, I just honestly, Dominican, according to Sony, if we're to believe them, they included backwards compatibility with the PS3 back when it launched. And they said it was one of the most harmful things for that system because it jacked the price up to $600 and nobody cared. It was one of the most least used features on the system. So I feel like that's why they decided to go against it. It technically is our fault. We didn't use the feature, so they realized it's not important.
Oh man.
I know, right?
It makes me wish I would have got a PS3 instead of Xbox 360.
I know.
Cause I missed that whole generation. I was just a straight up 360 fan.
Luckily, you didn't miss too many things that you couldn't get on the 360.
Yeah.
And those that you did are, I guess, remastered, so you can play them on the PS4 anyway. So
yeah, a lot of remasters are coming, and
the ones that matter.
Yeah, I think
for the most part,
the great game series that you got on PS3, most of them are coming over to PS4 as well. Yeah. So, and Minikin, thanks for calling in, man.
Alrighty then, man. Level up.
Level up.
All right.
And Minikin, it's always nice to hear from you, man. It's nice to have you back. Always has great calls.
You said someone's like, "Oh, the Beast is quiet tonight."
Beast is quiet. Beast, how you doing over there, man?
He's at work.
He's at work.
I guess Henry hasn't popped in yet, huh?
I don't think so.
Man, it's a little disappointing.
Of course, my contacts are drying up so bad. It's so annoying.
Uh-oh. We got some more follows. Bam Bam and also Silver Han Demon. Good name. We have Fluffy Man. Hey, stop Fluffy! We got JD417. Limisu34. Are you French?
Yes,
Active Leads. Malo Lekos. We got some people from other countries, I think. Like we got Lydia,
there's been a few
Rar, and many more
from France that joined us tonight.
Interesting.
So
keep the follows coming, guys. All you gotta do is hit that heart button live from PlayStation if you want to call in. We got so many people that want to call in right now, but we do need to move on with the show. We take one call each Skype segment. We're first gonna go to a quick commercial break. We'll be back, guys, in 60 seconds.
I'm so mad Dean isn't here.
Why is that? Yes, he was supposed to be here.
He was not happy with this at all.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Oh man.
I'm sorry to. We got Benjamin calling in. We have John Tung, Antonio, Brad. We'll try to get those calls later on in the show. We will be able to take 2 more calls for sure in the later Skype segments. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try this out.
Try it.
This is to Dan Henry,
dissipated already at this point.
who developed alcoholic drinks for us on the Level Up show.
Yeah.
So this is the Dan Henry.
It's just the Henry.
The Henry. This is the Henry, and I'm taking a sip right now. This better be good.
I hope it might have separated at this point.
It's fine. Not bad. I taste a lot of things. There's a lot of flavors.
There's 3.
3 to be exact.
There's a lot of flavors. There's 3.
It's not bad.
No, it's not.
It's not bad.
It was very hard to make it what I wanted to make it.
How alcoholic is it?
2 shots.
2 shots. So yeah, it's got a good bit of alcohol in there.
I mean, it's decent.
For how much alcohol is in there, I don't think it's bad.
No.
To you, Henry.
And one of them was only, I think, like 24% alcohol by volume.
Okay.
So
I like it. Good job. You perfected it.
Listen to Henry. I'm trying to wait till Henry comes on. If he doesn't come on, I'll go into a segment. Maybe we'll make a segment out of it.
Yeah, I'll isolate it for YouTube or something, and then we'll tweet it out to Henry. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 89. This is the gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk all the biggest gaming industry news. We take calls like we just did. If you like us at any point, please make sure to follow the show at twitch.tv/levelupshow. Or if you're watching live from PlayStation, it's very easy. All you got to do is hit that heart button in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Your name will pop up on the TV, and we will, of course, shout you out. We're on Twitter at the Level Up Network, Level spelled LVL. We've got our YouTube for archives and exclusive shows. We've got Patreon to best support the network and get that exclusive YouTube content early. And finally, Extra Life is a charity for Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. We raised $1,200 so far. Keep that ball rolling. Donate at the link. Hit support me. Help those sick children throughout the United States. Provide them with entertainment while they're staying in the hospital. Consoles, board games, card games, Netflix. Anything fun you can imagine. That's what it helps those kids out with while they have to unfortunately stay in the hospital. What's up?
No, I just saw something that made me happy.
Okay. Thank you to Robert the Destroyer. I think that's what that's going for. I really appreciate the follow. Okay, let's move on with the show here.
Fun time.
Fun times. What's up next? Interesting.
That's up next.
What's up next? My favorite new segment of the show is what's up next. Let's move on with the show, guys. So this is our newest segment. It is called Plot Hole. Wait for it. Assholes. And we are your assholes for tonight. This segment is all about taking a question that in no way deserves an answer. It doesn't need to be discussed. Could be a video game question, could be comic book, could be movie. This week, and this might become a series, we might do a lot of these type of plot holes. We want to talk about Superman. In general, just Superman. He's an enigma, I would say. And what you brought up a question earlier this week.
Because I was talking about, you saw the post, I guess, the one that I posted on Glickman's wall?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is going to go a lot of places.
It's going to go all over the place.
But first, your first question that sprung this plot hole assholes in our chat this week, I want you to bring that up first.
So, Superman obviously is not from this Earth.
No.
And therefore that is how it's explained that he has superhuman strength, because he's not really an Earthling. He's, a Kryptonian, and he's from another planet.
Sure.
And everything like that. But, laws of science state that in order to be as strong as he is, he would have to possess stronger mass. I.e., yes, you can force, and everything like that, but if he is able to lift a plane or a train or a building or whatever he's lifting, he has to have said mass behind him in order to have that unit not crush him. So, with all that said, as he is portraying Clark Kent in his daily facade, how does he not crush things like
everything
chairs,
he's on, yes.
Or fall through old buildings?
This is an interesting question. Now, first off, I do agree that the science is correct here, because Krypton, the original mythology of how Superman got his powers, is that Krypton had a much stronger gravitational field.
Yeah,
now, if he weighed what we weighed on Krypton, he would float away.
Yeah.
Because Krypton is a much larger planet.
Right.
Well, he wouldn't exactly float away. He wouldn't be able to resist the gravitational forces.
Right.
He needs more mass, more density to survive on that planet. So when coming to our planet, let's say that Krypton is 1,000 times bigger than Earth. That means he probably should weigh 1,000 times more than a normal human. Now, what's interesting is every time I hear about Superman now in the movies and whatnot, like in the most recent one even, or the original Superman, Lois Lane asked him, how tall are you? He says 6'2". How much do you weigh? About 225. So that's what's
right. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
So that's a perfect plot hole. Now, Dean was vehemently arguing, it doesn't have to make sense. It's Superman, this and that. Listen, I don't want to hear any of that.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Well, here's the thing.
Right.
Here's the dumb answer to this question. The answer that immediately destroys this segment. Oh, he just controls it.
Right. That's what he said. I was like, that's not the answer.
That's a boring answer.
Like, listen, he just controls it. That's like saying, here's what he controls. The one thing is like, how does he open a door? Well, he controls his strength. He doesn't rip the door off. He doesn't crush it under his hand. He doesn't crush your hand when he shakes it.
See, that's a different situation.
That's a different entire, and I think that's what he took from it. But like, if he sat on this chair right now, the density that he would have to have in order to be able to hold up a whole train.
Here's the thing. Maybe he's floating. Maybe he's subconsciously or always controlling his flying ability.
And that's exactly what I was thinking.
I've got another part to go with this. Let's take Superman Returns, where Superman dies, right? They bring him in the hospital. He's dead. Right. He's not controlling his mass.
But he's on a gurney. There's a lot of holes in Superman 4.
He's on a gurney, so he should just freaking smash through that thing. He is not conscious. He is dead. So his mass, which is probably 1,000 times more than a normal human, it should freaking go right through that thing.
Speaking of 1,000 times that of a normal human.
Yes.
The original thing that actually got me thinking about all Superman stuff is an interesting little fake science-y thing, saying that Goku versus Superman, Goku would 100%, due to science,
this is going to upset a lot of people.
It is going to kill a lot of people. And I'm going to actually
why do you think Goku would win against
I'm going to try to pick it up. Like, I'm
going to go a different place with this while you look this up. I also question, I'm into physics and all that. I studied engineering. I've always been interested in the science behind the flight of Superman. How does he fly exactly? We in the newer mythology of Superman, we all know that he gets his power from the yellow sun.
Right.
On his planet, the red sun was normal. Yellow sun, different frequencies, different waves, all that kind of stuff. For some reason, it gives him his power. But what does that have to do with him flying? What is he doing? Does he have a field around himself?
Right, and that's
of anti-gravitational. Maybe he has like negative energy or negative mass is what he's using to provide himself with control of his flight, because a lot of people think that his invulnerability comes from a shield around him. That's why his suit never gets penetrated, but his cape does. So maybe his cape is outside of this minuscule layer of protective field but he can also control that as like a zero gravity type thing.
Never thought about that because I mean you're right. He doesn't get affected by the gravity, but really that should just mean he can jump high.
And that was the original Superman.
Right, and that's
all
the
he could
original
do.
plan.
Yeah.
And when they first created him and everything like that back in Action Comics.
Skydiver just said he can control his energy field.
So I guess they changed that at some point.
I don't think he's saying this as like fact. I think that's just his way of viewing Superman and the science behind it.
I don't think there's any way to prove that one.
Do you have any discussion on this?
No.
She's just like, I have nothing to
She's
add
like,
to
I'm ready
this.
to get out of here.
I really would like to eat.
I would too. I haven't eaten in a while.
Wow.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna pull
Goku
up
versus
this real
Superman.
quick. So here's where this whole thing came from. So there's an infographic, Goku versus Superman. It says Superman peaks his lift around 100 tons. 100 tons equals 100,000 kilograms, which equals 240,462,262 pounds. An average person can lift 40% of their weight.
Okay.
An average person weighs 80 kilograms. 40%
First of all, that's
of that,
surprising. Only 40% of their weight. That's not good.
No, we're just very weak.
Yes.
40% of that is 32 kilograms. So therefore, humans cannot lift 32 kilograms on
I
average.
need to go eat something.
Go ahead.
Go.
We are going to talk Superman.
What?
Are you
We're
coming
going to
back,
keep talking
or-
Superman.
No, I'm not coming back because
Oh.
I'm tired.
Okay.
So,
Oh, okay. Okay. Good night, I guess.
I'm
Good
sorry,
night.
I don't mean to disappoint you.
Everybody
No,
say
you're
good
fine.
night to Kristen.
Good night.
She's leaving for the night. She needs to eat. I will join
The
you.
girl looks like,
Later.
when I start getting the negative comments about how I look bored, that's when my cue to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not
That's
trying-
my cue.
You guys are not boring, I just can't contribute, so I'm gonna go eat.
Okay. That's fine.
Have fun.
Cheers!
Fogey's probably going to leave. Go ahead, Fog.
All right. So average human can lift 32 kilograms.
Yes.
All right. So anyway, 100,000 divided by 32 is 3125, meaning Superman can lift 3125 times the average man. Now, remember when Raditz scanned a human and his power level was 5? I do, because I watched this when I was younger. Now, Superman's power level is 30,125 times 5, which then is 15,625.
Less
Right.
than Goku.
Math makes sense. Goku, when training with King Kai, reached 16,000 power level using Kaioken times 2. Hold on. When using Kaioken times 4, he reached around 40,000. Therefore, Goku wins.
This
Science
all
proves it.
depends on the Superman we're talking about here, though. How much did you say Superman could lift in there? 100 tons or something? In certain Superman comics, he literally moves planets.
So it was 32 kilograms times 3,000.
That is old Superman. That's like old Superman. If we're talking like new Superman, he moves planets.
I don't know.
He moves planets. Okay.
I don't like new Superman though.
I know. I don't either. He's too powerful. I agree with that.
I'll be honest with you. I've never sat in and I was like, oh, I love Superman. He's my I looked up to people like Peter Parker and heroes like that because Superman was too powerful. There was nothing stopping him.
Yes.
So, but anyway, that's what started this whole thing.
This is the flaw of Superman is that you can't relate to him.
No.
Because he's a god.
No.
He's a god.
What I like is actually when they bring up the Clark Kent thing, whereas every other superhero is hiding their identity, who they really are to be the superhero, whereas Clark Kent is hiding as Clark Kent, he's hiding as somebody else.
Here's the question. We were talking about this idea of his invulnerability and a lot of his powers coming from maybe this invisible field around him, but then it's like, how can people touch him? Does he control this field? Because let's talk Man of Steel, he's fighting Zod, they're punching each other.
Right.
Technically, if he has this field of energy around him that deflects bullets,
yeah, but it's also like the same
deflect
thing of
punches.
whatever. Yeah, but if you're holding up the field or whatever yourself, the impact on that field is going to push you back itself as well.
There's so many physical things that are incorrect. Not even just with Superman himself, but when he lifts things, why aren't they breaking? Technically, the amount of force that he puts into lifting a car, especially, let's say that something's falling. If something's falling at 9.8 meters per second squared, the acceleration of gravity, it's picking up enormous speed by the time it gets close to the ground. If he just grabs that thing the moment before it hits, the amount of force that he would have to put on counteracting the 9.8 meters per second squared and stopping that thing, it would rip it to shreds.
Yep.
It would rip it to shreds.
Which is why I wanted to bring up
this
this
topic.
topic because it's like,
does he control the moment of inertia? Like on objects? Can he control the center of gravity on all things? Like what? Like
I think we're getting to the point where we're losing a lot of people with all these things because there's a lot of. Here's the problem with Superman in general. There are a lot of plot holes.
Yes.
There's a ton of them. Whether or not you love Superman and he's your favorite superhero or whatever, we're not saying anything about that. But he has a lot of issues with his storyline and his creation and everything like that. And so many things have changed.
And he's changed, exactly.
Right. So many times that it just doesn't make any sense. So realistically, Clark Kent should just crush every single thing he walks on.
I agree.
And he shouldn't even fly.
I think it's a plot hole.
It's 100%.
I think that we don't have an answer to this because it is legitimately a plot hole. There is no answer. Myth questioned. You know what? I would love to have an answer to this. And if somebody knows the answer, please let us know.
Yes.
And also, since we have Batman vs. Superman on the screen right now, the fight from Dark Knight Returns, I'm also very curious, who's going to win that battle, guys? Who do you think is going to win in Batman vs. Superman? Because we all know Superman is uber powerful, and his only weakness is kryptonite. So do you think that Batman just uses kryptonite in this movie, or is there some other way to defeat Superman?
I'm not really sure which route we're going to go in this movie. There's a couple routes we could have gone.
Are you going to be bothered if it is kryptonite that beats Superman?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm okay with it. The problem I have is they didn't show almost any kryptonite in...
That was a premeditated decision by Zack Snyder. When he was making Man of Steel, he said, no, there is no kryptonite in my universe.
Right.
But...
Not anymore.
So he's like, hey, we want you to make Batman v Superman. He's like, oh, shit.
Yep.
Guess I have to add a kryptonite. Damn it. All right, guys. That was
It's not kryptonite. It's bliptonite.
Yeah, he's going to change it somehow. That was Plot Hole Assholes for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. End segment. All right.
Was that thing?
So that I can segregate it on Twitch and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. All right, what's up next? Let's get back into the
We angered a lot of people with that segment, it seemed like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like, what is this? This is stupid. Like,
it's a discussion.
I don't understand how so many people are so against that.
I think that it's an aggravating subject.
It is.
It's because there's no answer, and you want the answer. He's been around for 80 years, so
Changed too much.
All right. I'm going to keep going with the level update here. Oop, maybe not.
Uh-oh.
Where'd it go?
There it is.
There it is. All right, next topic.
Oh, I hate people so much.
Let's watch this first, because I haven't watched it either.
I've only heard I saw different things.
Jimmy Kimmel discussed YouTube gaming. He kind of did a skit on it that caused some blowback. So let's watch the skit, guys. Or not. What's that?
That's for Cliff Bleszinski's game.
Shit.
You skipped a lot.
I don't even have anything on Cliff Bleszinski's game in here. That's from last week.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Let me fast forward to make sure that it's not in here. Yeah, this is last week's.
What did you do?
What did you do? All right. We're going to go to commercial break, guys. No, we'll be right back, guys. We'll go to a quick commercial break. I'll find the video so that we can bring it back. We'll be back in 60 seconds, guys. All right, so where did this go? I don't. All right. So
we both love you. Him, obviously, more than I.
Now
you're going to have that stuck in your head?
I remember now. I don't think I ever put it together, did I?
What, this week's?
Hold on tight, guys. Be back in a few minutes or less. Trying to see if this is it or if that's the same one. No, it's Boss Key. All right. We got an idea. I got an idea.
Uh-oh. Ideas aren't good.
I'll have to mute the volume on it, but I'm just going to add the original videos. All right. So it was...
You just never compiled the last half?
I did, but I don't know where it went. Something happened. All right. All right. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 89, Level Update. Let's get to this. All right, so let's try this again. So as we were saying... That's YouTube Game.
That's something else.
That's the final.
Just kidding.
We do want to talk about YouTube Game.
Yeah.
I just want to add one more file there. Where is it? There it is.
All
right, let's watch this one first. So this was Jimmy Kimmel talking about YouTube gaming, and it caused a lot of blowback. So this is first. All right.
YouTube launched a new video network yesterday where you can watch other people play video games. For real, the whole network. It's called the We Should All Be Very Ashamed of Ourselves for Failing as Parents channel. Actually, it's called YouTube Gaming, and I don't get that. To me, you know, watching another person play video games is like going to a restaurant and having someone eat your food for you. Just if you like them, play them. But I guess I'm getting old. When I was a kid, you only watched other kids play video games when you ran out of quarters, and then you'd stand there. But apparently, there's big money in this. And one of the top video game players is a guy named PewDiePie. He reportedly makes $4 million a year doing this, which is funny because that is precisely how much you would have to pay me to sit through one of those videos of somebody play. If you're a video game player who likes to watch other video game players play video, well, the problem is, where does it end?
YouTube is launching an exciting new service, YouTube Gaming. With YouTube Gaming, you can watch other people play the hottest new games.
Awesome. Nice shot.
But what if you want to watch the people watching the people playing the video games? Well, get ready for YouTube's Watch Watch.
I think something cool just happened.
But wait, there's more. If you want to watch people play video games, check out YouTube Third Watch.
I have no idea what's going on.
And we're not done yet. With YouTube Almighty, you can watch all those people being watched by God himself.
What the HE double hockey sticks is this? I've created a race of idiots.
The YouTube Gaming Suite. Watch it, dummies.
Nice shot.
You know, it took God a while. You think God would have a better wig, right? I mean,
there's gotta be a better way.
So here's what sucks about that. The actual skit that they made was funny. He was just an asshole.
Yeah, I think, you know, we don't have to call people idiots or anything like that.
No. Like, and here's the thing, I get you don't get it, and I'll be honest with you guys, if you guys go back to our original streams, and heck, even my original, you know, streams when I play games, I even say, like, I don't get the whole watching people stream games or anything like that. It's just not something I've never got. I never got into myself. You know, I don't do it, but I don't have a problem with you guys do it. You know, I don't have a problem with anybody that watches it. I think it's fine. I just need to be doing something all the time. So I don't understand why the need to bash. You know, if he wanted to have an intro into the skit, he could have said something, but at some point he kind of crossed a line of making some funny, entertaining jokes to just kind of picking on people in general.
Yeah, overall, I agree. Westman is correct. It's a harmless joke, and that's why the other side of the story is really depressing, because he's been getting death threats all week.
Right, and that's been...
from gamers. And it's just like, this is exactly why we are looked at this way. Like, oh my God, like, when is he going to end?
Yeah.
Like, when are we going to grow the F up and realize that all you're doing is damaging the image of yourself and the entire community of gamers? Like, really, we look like, after Gamergate and now shit like this, we look like the most immature jackasses in the world. And it sucks.
Yep.
It sucks so much that a harmless skit like that, although funny, but a little bit like a little
it was too much.
A little off.
Right.
I think a little off, but harmless overall.
Right.
And that's going to cause these people,
like,
don't bash my hobby.
Well, here's the thing. It's saying there is a difference between saying, like, come on, Jimmy, don't be an ass.
Yeah.
To, I fucking hate you, I'm going to murder you and your family.
Yeah, I know, right?
There is a fine, at some point, there's one of those is not like the other, and one of them is not okay. I just don't know which.
It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating.
But that said, since then, did you get the thing where he had the two YouTube gamers who I can't remember who they are and come on and they were playing?
He did have like a response to this, and he's not letting it affect him at all, Jimmy Kimmel. So good on him. Don't let it affect you. Don't let these people win.
But if you're one of those people that says things like that, I don't want to know you.
Yeah, and don't watch our show, please.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Pretty much.
Then you get to the follows from It's Ra's al Ghul.
Ooh.
Oh, we got a donation on Extra Life.
We did.
We did. First, let me thank the follows. We got Robert the Destroyer, Brez Tony, Murder Time, Bulldog Rights, Your Friend 672, Raw Dog King, Daddy Stay Short, and It's Ra's al Ghul. And our Extra Life donation, I'll get to in a moment. Why don't you read the next story, Mike, and I'll get that pulled up here.
Absolutely. This is an interesting one, kind of going back to something we covered when we were at the old house. Speaking of bringing it up to Bryce, the FTC slammed Machinima for a shady YouTube Xbox One marketing campaign. Kotaku has written, around the launch of the Xbox One, the YouTube network Machinima held a special campaign for its clients. Make a positive video about Microsoft's newest console, and you'll get paid extra money. Also, you're not allowed to talk about any of this.
By the way,
kind of a little sketchy.
It was very shady.
The U.S. Federal Trade Commission certainly thought so, and after an investigation into Machinima's Xbox One campaign, they charged the popular YouTube company had been involved in deceptive advertising by paying video makers to advertise for Microsoft without proper disclosure. In a press release today, the FTC announced that the two parties have come to a settlement that will prevent Machinima from pulling the sort of shadiness again. Writes the FTC, under the proposed settlement, Machinima is prohibited from similar deceptive conduct in the future, and the company is required to ensure its influences clearly disclose when they have been compensated in exchange for their endorsements.
Yes. Before we get into this majorly, Wasman, again, Brian W., thank you so much for another $50 donation to Extra Life. You're now probably at like $400. I don't even know anymore.
That's awesome.
You're insane, dude. Thank you so much. Guys, everybody.
Can you do it?
Favorites. Everybody thank Wasman in the room right now. He's a huge supporter of Extra Life, helping these sick children throughout the United States. If you want to be as awesome as Wasman, please go to extralife.org/participant/the Level Up Network. Click the Support Me link. Donate to help these sick children. Whatever you have the means for. It doesn't have to be $50. It could be $1. Just keep that ball rolling. It's for a really, really great cause, guys. So yes, let's talk about this a little bit. I think this was shady, and I'm glad that it turned out that
we didn't like it when we first heard about it, when we didn't even know all the details for it.
Yeah, it was just really, really off, and I had a feeling that it would go this far, and it did, and I'm glad that it did. This is not something that should be allowed, and it's terrible that kind of YouTube gamers were abused in a way. They were used. They were used basically to advertise.
And they kind of got swindled because a lot of them didn't get paid what they were supposed to be getting paid for.
I heard that as well. So very sketchy. And Microsoft and Machinima, both of them in general.
Microsoft's the worst.
I wouldn't go that far, but Deadpool is getting a remaster for the PS4 and the Xbox One.
I still may not play it.
Dean's been playing it recently.
Dean played it, and he said he likes it. And I mean, he said the same thing that everybody else I knew played it. Yeah. The combat and everything can be repetitive, but the dialogue story is funny enough.
IGN's Cassidy Moser writes, a remastered version of the 2013 superhero action game Deadpool will soon be available for current-gen systems, releasing on November 17th for $50.
So yeah, kind of a big deal. In fact, Marvel hired the best editors in the world to create an expensive-ass trailer for my new game.
Actually, I was wrong on that.
We took all their money and made our own trailer.
Booyah! Absolutely. I would even go 40, but
everything dark and
I'm not gonna get it like, at all. Like, unless this drops down to like a $20 title.
Yeah. It looks really okay. Like Dean said,
like I said, he said the combat can be fun, but it gets very repetitive. The story and dialogue are very entertaining. For you, you wouldn't like it. You don't know enough about Deadpool or but
I'm excited for the movie.
Yeah.
I'll see it. I've said it before on the show several times now. My one concern, actually, tell me if I'm awful. I'm actually concerned they're going to try.
I'm making art here. Bring that beat back.
I know, but I don't want it to be like over the top Judd Apatow humor where they're just like joking, like the entire movie was like stupid, like fart, like
if that don't put
skid marks in your pants, not like toilet.
Wait till you see this.
Yeah, there will be subtle nods to toilet humor here and there, but he's actually more just poking fun at everything.
I hope that it's the right amount. That balance just needs to be.
You're right. There has to be a good balance there, but I think we're okay. I think especially because Ryan Reynolds really is.
He's perfect. He was born to play Deadpool, and it's good that he finally gets to play
Rick,
the Deadpool version that he should have been from the beginning, not the weird sewed mouth shut weird ass thing that we saw in Origins Wolverine.
I hate that.
That was just the worst ever. And it's so funny that he's commented on that too in like the trailers and stuff. Did you see that where he pokes fun?
Well, he pokes fun of himself in Green Lantern, but I haven't seen that.
But I think one of the trailer teasers where he was teasing the trailer, he talked about how he hopes his mouth isn't sewn shut or something like that.
I didn't hear that, or I missed that one.
He definitely has been poking fun on it. Guys, feel free to call in on Skype at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. There's the ID on screen if you need it. I know Bradley, Antonio,
a lot of people,
and more. There was a few others as well that wanted to call in, so you can do that right now, guys. In the meantime, I'll thank some follows here. Let's see if we had any new ones. Nope. It's Ra's al Ghul, Daddy Stay Shoot, Raw Dog King, Your Friend, and Bulldog Right. Thank you for those most recent follows. Keep it coming, guys. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. We're going to take this call from Tempest. Hey, Will. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Doing great. Did you have a good weekend?
Lovely.
Awesome. Your cosplays were great.
Yes,
you put a lot of effort into them. I saw over the time, and it definitely paid off. I want you to know that now. And you have a very, very pretty family.
Yes, you do.
What was that? Sorry?
I said you have a very cute family.
Very attractive family.
Thank you very much, yeah. They are a cute bunch of kids.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about tonight, Will?
Actually, I just want to talk about the show and what I saw. And I'll keep it very brief because I could go on for a couple hours.
I bet you got... It sounded like you had a ton of stuff that you got into.
Yeah, well, actually, I'll basically start off what I started off. I actually started off with playing Project Morpheus.
Ooh.
And yes, and that was interesting. They had 3 different things on display at the thing. I tried this horror kitchen thing in 3D. That was amazing.
Did you ever get into Oculus? Did you ever at the other one? Didn't you play with the Oculus Rift?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I have some friends that have done it.
All right.
But for what Sony is trying to do with this and trying to keep it cheap, I imagine they're going to try to keep it cheap. It's going to serve its purpose personally. So if anybody wants that 3D effect, but it's really good. It's a lot better than a lot of people think. You actually have to play it to really.
Did it give you any motion sickness, anything like that?
I'm usually one for really easy to get motion sickness. I had no issues. So
okay, that's the one curiosity I have, just because they're not going to be able to really hit those really high frames per second with Project Morpheus, I imagine. So that's one of those things that causes motion sickness, is when you don't get towards 90 or even 120 frames per second.
Which is kind of my worry about it right now.
Yeah.
I was hoping that they'd be able to do a little more.
I understand that with a lot of people, and I tend to be a little I have a sensitive stomach anyway, so I didn't have any issues with it. At least.
Also, I see a question from Skydiver, and I do know the answer to that. He was saying, if you wear glasses, can you use Morpheus? Yes, they did leave enough room in between the lens, and yeah, there you go. Tempest himself is wearing glasses. Did you have any issues, Will?
No, I didn't. No, and actually, my eyesight is getting worse. So as I get getting older, so and what else? Division. I tried Division. That was actually a lot better than I was expecting because I have
smooth and everything.
Yeah, what's been going on with Division? That was good. It's not as good as what they showed a couple of years ago, but it was still. I think it's going to still end up being a really good game.
Awesome.
The 2 best games I'll go because I played. They pretty well had everything because they had the Uncharted remastered, and that looks amazing in 60 frames a second and in HD. It looks. I couldn't believe. I didn't think Uncharted already looked good, but it was even better.
So I saw a native video that GameSpot had up, and wow. That game really benefits.
They had it on huge televisions, and it was like amazing. The 2 biggest games were Star Wars Battlefront, which I played a lot of, which was absolutely amazing. And what you've seen in video don't even get just until you actually play it. It plays phenomenal. I'm even more hyped about the game. And there's a game that was actually on the Xbox side. It was called, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's called something Cup. It's basically
Cuphead.
Pardon me?
Cuphead.
Amazing little game.
That's one of my most, believe it or not, it's a small game, but I don't know what it was. I think it was the art style.
Yep.
But the charm of it, took me 2 years ago. I saw it, and I've said to him multiple times I wanted it, and then we finally saw more of it this year at E3.
I think they do have a making of the animation online that you can check out. Look it up to see how they nailed that 1930s cartoon look.
20s, 30s style artwork, and it's going to be a big. Microsoft was really smart to buy it.
To pick that one up for sure.
Only should have done it, but
Yeah, I wonder if maybe at some point it could come over to PS4. I'm not sure where the exclusivity goes there, but yeah, that's one of the titles that is envious for us PS4 fans. Where we're definitely sad we're missing out on that one.
Oh, Ratchet & Clank! I forgot about Ratchet & Clank. Tried the new Ratchet & Clank. Amazing.
Yeah, how does it look? Does it look as good as it looked in the trailer?
Drew, if you're a Ratchet & Clank fan, you're gonna love it.
I can't wait. I'm really excited for that. That's April, I think, of next year. So we still have some time for polish on that.
April or March?
I think.
I don't think you need to else do it because it's absolutely amazing.
I thought it was April because I know when the movie releases is April.
Oh, okay.
But you know,
I don't know. Regardless,
here's the thing.
I was actually talking to a Sony rep, and that's what they were talking about, like April, March.
With Uncharted releasing in March, I think they'll probably release Ratchet and Clank in April. That makes sense, right? They don't want to release Ratchet and Clank.
No, they could do it. Well, I mean, they might want to do it
earlier
at the same time. Yeah. I don't know.
It's hard to say. I'll have to look it up if they did announce it, but I don't think they did. Well, Will, I'm glad you had a great time, man. Once again, your costumes looked great. I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, no problem. And thanks for talking to you, Greg. And level up.
Level up.
Awesome.
You got to keep coming. Level up. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much for the support.
Okay, good, guys.
Level up.
Have a good night, man.
Such a nice guy.
I love Will.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites.
All right. Sorry, we're a little behind, guys, so we're going to keep going with the level update. Another Final Fantasy story here. Let me mute this so you don't have to hear it. So, Final Fantasy 15's open world might be 780 square miles.
Even want to think about that.
So DualShockers.com put in the work to calculate the area as best as possible, considering we only have Blu-ray diorama pictures to go off of, using pictures from the games, showing an area measurement, and overlaying that on the diorama of the entire overworld. DualShockers was able to judge the perspective and count pixels to estimate the overall area. Shockingly, it is many times bigger than GTA 5 and even The Witcher 3. I think we're making assumptions here.
Right.
I don't think the entire diorama that we see
is accessible.
Yeah. It's not possible.
Yeah.
And
even if it is, I don't think they expect you to go to every single part.
I don't want it to be that big.
No.
This is Final Fantasy. I want it to be a focused game. Don't give me this massive open world, because I'm not going to see 10% of The Witcher ever in my life. Like, I don't want that with Final Fantasy 15. I want to see it all. So please, don't overwhelm us. Like, keep it focused, keep it structured, and tell a great story. That's my focus here with Final Fantasy. I hope they don't go too off the rails. This was the most recent video they showed off with traveling around in the car.
It's just all road trip, I heard, though.
Yeah, this is all road trip. It kind of shows how you can get out of the car at any point and fight monsters. You have different views. You got Joyride view, where you can get up close and personal with the guys.
The more I see this, though, I don't know if I'm going to get it.
No?
I don't know. I think it's too much.
If it's like what they're saying here,
it's very intimidating to me.
I don't want that. I really don't. I like what they're showing here with just traveling the scenery. If I can get from location to location quickly, and that's why the world is so massive, that's fine. I don't care about that. Right. If you're just traveling the highway, you have like quick travel and all that, and if you want to get off and look at a few things, that's fine. If that's why the world is so big that they needed to provide highways. But if I need to walk or need to have these huge like journey travels where I don't see anything, it's just big for the sake of being big.
Right.
Like, that's not cool. I don't want that. So
I'm hoping that they just didn't make it big just so you get the idea that it's a world. Like, I already got it, the idea that it was a world.
Yeah.
I don't need this more.
Go ahead, man. You're up.
Pre-ordering Deus Ex Mankind Evolved gives you early access. In the spirit of choice, Square Enix has put together a special program called Augment Your Pre-Order. This lets you choose the digital pre-order bonuses you want to get for your Day 1 edition of the game, selected from 5 different tiers, which unlock
Make your own choice and embrace what you've become.
This is copy and paste.
Each tier includes between 1 and 3 rewards. The first tier is automatically unlocked, but all subsequent tiers are unlocked based on predetermined and secret global pre-order goals for the game. If you participate, you get to choose 1 reward for each tier. The rewards within each tier include in-game item packs, digital books, and music, as well as an in-game mission. The last tier is an early release of the game, 4 days prior to the planned 23rd of February 2016.
Combine
a lot of people are upset.
Rewards across different tiers to
First of all, it's like Kickstarter. The more pre-orders they get, the more they're going to add to the pre-order bonuses. But here's the thing:
I don't like that.
They're just deceiving.
From each tier,
they're going to give everything no matter what. They already have it planned.
Activision,
they're developing
Call of Duty.
This shit. It's not like they're like, we're going to rely on this many pre-orders, and that's how they work.
That's what I mean. I respect that when indie companies do that. I understand why they do that, but companies like this, I don't respect that at all.
They're manipulating people into pre-ordering and saying they're going to give more for more pre-orders, but I guarantee you, they have the same plan no matter what.
Yep, absolutely.
And
like I said, Activision did this with Call of Duty multiple times.
Yeah.
And that's one of the other reasons why I hate Activision.
And the 4 days early thing, that's just, people are so upset about that. Because it's,
YouTube.
that means I have to freaking pre-order this game to get it early? Like like a lot of people don't want to do that, and now they have to play the game late. They could be encountering spoilers on the internet because it's a pre-order bonus. Like I really think this is a bad move. I don't like it at all. But that's just me. What do you guys think?
Stupid.
Stupid. So guys, if you want, we'll take. Oh, we do have one more thing. The Mega Man.
You
movie.
want me to do it?
You go ahead and do it.
Mega Man movie is in production by Fox. I don't like this. The tracking board writes to 20th Century Fox and Chernin. Is that what it is? Chernin?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
Chernin Entertainment have started development on a fan favorite in the video game world. Heralded as one of the most popular video game franchises in history, Mega Man is now on its way to the big screen. Feel free to be cautiously optimistic. I am not even optimistic. Period.
This is the fan-made one. Do you remember this?
Terrible.
It was pretty terrible, yeah.
One positive sign of things to come is Chernin Entertainment. David Reddy and Michael Finfer are overseeing the company, while Peter Chernin produces. Together they have pretty solid pedigree for sci-fi action movies, including the recent and upcoming Planet of the Apes series.
My assumption, my prediction is this doesn't even happen.
I don't do what I do just to glow.
It'll fall apart before it starts production.
Each robot master serves a purpose that is
bad guy's
beneficial to
calling.
mankind.
Let's talk
I don't
to
think
bad
we've ever
guy.
had a call from bad guy yet.
Yeah, let's take this call.
Have we?
She's the android you created?
Bad guy, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
What's going on? Was trying to get in hold of you guys. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to call in or.
No, you are here, man. Let me put your video up though. I think you have video ready to go.
Oh, sorry. Let me lower it down. Sorry.
There we go. Oh, you know what? I didn't even realize you were bad guy.
I forgot.
Yes.
I didn't put the two together. Nice. Thank you for calling in, man. How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Level up, man. I'm surprised, man. I'm like, no one has mentioned Mad Max, and
I think Metal Gear has a lot to do with that, man.
I know, but to be honest with you, if you want to hear something really that's gonna get people pissed off, I've been playing more Mad Max than Metal Gear, actually.
I feel like Mad Max is that more like drop right into fun and action, whereas Metal Gear is kind of like that slow build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you got to do in this game.
Oh, I was watching it.
Yeah, it's a fun factor. I mean, it's really, really good. I mean, let's not, Metal Gear, of course, it takes some time. You got to do a lot of things in there. But I feel like what Drew said earlier, it makes a lot of sense. There's like no story behind it, so it's not really captivating me right now, Metal Gear right now.
I know. I really hope that changes as we go forward with it. People in the chat said that it does change as you move forward, like around chapter 14 or so, which isn't that far away from me. So I hope that's the truth. I hope that Metal Gear picks up when it comes to the story. Mad Max, though, yeah, I agree. It does look like fun.
It looks like fun.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a lot to upgrade, and there's more choices and everything than I thought there was. So, I mean, I think it looks pretty cool.
How's the car combat stuff in that going?
Oh, man, the car combat is awesome. You can collect as many cars as you want. It's spoiler-free. It's not going to ruin everybody's game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you can collect as many cars. You can build it. You can do whatever you want. Like, your car will not look the same as mine. So if you want to get creative, you kind of have a lot of choices to make. And I love the story, though. It's really interesting. I mean, it keeps you on your toes because it's like you gotta do a lot of things. And the combat is amazing. Like, I love like fighting just to try people, and it's crazy because I mean you get weapons. But the good thing is too is that supply is very rare to find. So like you really have to go in and like look for supplies.
That's cool. One comment said that they thought it was a little repetitive. Any agreement with that?
Yeah, but I haven't seen a game like this in a while, to be honest with you. I mean,
I hear like Shadow of Mordor comparisons, actually, is what I've been reading online.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, you could kind of say that, but I mean, I don't know. Shadow of Mordor, I kind of beat like 10 bosses, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta beat 20 more. I kind of gave up.
I was the same way. I liked what I played at the beginning, the first 12 hours, and then it got repetitive.
Yeah, and I feel like you get too strong in the beginning, so you kind of don't, you kind of just feel bad for these guys that you're slicing and dicing.
I know, right?
But
Mad Max, is it at all graphic when it comes to violence?
It's very graphic. I mean, the story is amazing. You have the side character where he's really, really funny, and I just feel like it builds more on a more free-for-all. Like, I wish it had multiplayer. I think if it had multiplayer, it would have been up there as one of the great games. But I mean, it's a really fun game. I mean, people shouldn't doubt it. Play it, get to know it, because it's a really fun game. It is.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. I mean, word of mouth might help this game out. I do think it was a big
streams
mistake.
on Twitch.
Yep.
A lot. Yeah, and you're right. I think it was definitely a mistake launching.
Yeah, I
this
see
week.
more people playing Mad Max than Metal Gear on stream. So I was like, all
I
right.
don't know why they launched it last week. Like this week, this Tuesday has nothing else.
Yeah, I don't know why they couldn't just push it back
1
week.
1 week.
Yeah.
Would have gotten it so much more attention.
And the comment on the whole Metal Gear thing, I've said this to Mike before, I think Metal Gear is a lot like The Witcher. It's not a good game to stream because nobody can just jump into watching Metal Gear or The Witcher and like be into it.
4 of the top 8 streams on Twitch before I came over were...
I mean, it kind of, you know, like I see IGN all the time. They're putting up all these tips and guides. I'm like, I bought the strategy guy. I'm actually going to do everything myself. I don't want tips and tricks because I feel it still ruins the game if you like look into the videos. So, I mean, I'm just going to take its course. What I like about Metal Gear is that they're letting you decide what you want to do. Instead of like the Metal Gears, you will have to take that course. So now it's all up to you how to do the mission. So
I think that's awesome, but I feel like my problem with Metal Gear Solid 5 is the mission structure in general. The fact that it has missions. Like, I hate that I'm pulled out of the game every time. Like, it feels like levels. It doesn't feel like this story that's being told. No. It feels like you're just...
well, it feels like episodic content.
And I don't like that. That's not Metal Gear to me. Like, Metal Gear is a story, like a movie. And now I feel like I'm watching a TV show. Almost like they could just keep adding on to this, like DLC, like episodes and episodes. And none of them really... The first 9, all it is, you know, extract this person, save this person. Kill this person. Weapon. Find this weapon. There's like none of it is like really, none of it connects. Like none of it is actually telling a story. They're just missions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I got distracted. I actually was like roaming around the desert and looking for diamonds. I was not even caring about rescuing cars at the moment.
I do love the diamonds. I love those diamonds.
Oh my god.
I love the scenery. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a really good game. It was, you know, it's really made and it's testing, you know, the capability of a PS4. So. I mean, I say, you know, I'll take some time and really like concentrate, but right now I'm having fun with Mad Max at the moment.
All right, man.
That's cool. Also, one last thing I wanted to say that also the collector edition of Metal Gear is not worth $100.
Not worth $100. Okay.
You don't like that arm statue?
That arm thing. Let me just show you real quick. I don't want to keep you guys on here, but look at this right here. This here is plastic. You know, Japan
that's the arm.
Got the actual
it's half scale.
One.
Wow.
And it's really small. I mean, this is like not even the size, I don't know.
It's half scale.
Yeah, it's half scale. You get a steel book, and then that's it. I mean, if I would have got a strategy guide with it, it would have probably been worth, you know, $90, $100. But it's really to the point where I felt like I just got gypped. So
all right, maybe I was lucky then that I couldn't pre-order it.
Right?
Well, you know, and also Mega Man, I think it's a great idea. I think they should do it in a Tron kind of way. Like, you know, Tron Legacy, so hopefully they'll do something like that cool with, you know, with colors and graphics and stuff like that.
We'll have to wait and see, man. We're going to move on with the show, but as always, man, thank you so much for calling in. You bring great conversation.
Take care, man. Level up.
Level up. All right, and one last thing here before we move on to the topic, I think. Let's check out this trailer. I think I have it on the list somewhere. See if I can find it. Since I got messed up this week. I played this on Level Up Direct as well, but I want to play it again. I want to see what people think of this. So check out this trailer, guys. Enjoy.
I haven't watched this yet.
Yeah, check it out. It's pretty neat. I thought it was neat. Derek did not. Oh, they can't see it right now. Hold on one sec, guys. I'll put it up there for you.
Osiris. Over the last 72 hours, 5 colonies have experienced identical events. Massive destruction, Forerunner and Origin. And Dr. Catherine Elizabeth Halsey has managed to contact us. She claims to have information on these attacks.
Halsey is currently in Covenant custody on the surface of Kamchatka. Your mission is to insert behind enemy lines, retrieve Halsey, and bring her back to Infinity. Be advised, Dr. Halsey is accompanied by Covenant Supreme Leader Jul 'Mdama. If you have the opportunity...
Understood, Commander.
Good luck, Spartan Locke. Infinity out.
Tracking gear online.
Affirmative. Say, before we make this jump, anybody want to say a few words?
I figure if God can hear how scared I am, so can everyone else.
Doc, you buying the first drink when we're done?
You ask, you buy. Fire Team Osiris. The light is green.
Check.
Comms working fine, Lab.
Copy that, Tanaka.
Spartan Buck online and ready.
Spartan Vale online.
Weapons free.
Contact.
What'd you think?
So why does Derek vehemently hate this?
Because he thinks it doesn't feel like Halo.
Oh, okay.
Do you think it feels like Halo? Or is it just a little too
it
bombastic?
Feels different. It feels different.
Yeah.
But that said, I mean, here's my problem. As somebody who's loved Halo, and I mean, when like any of the games that came out, I played the crap out of them. The longest I've ever played any of them was Halo 3. I played it for the longest amount of time, and I played the crap out of it the first night it launched. I mean, do you not need change out of your Halo games? Not to the extent that the 343 changed Halo 4. I didn't like all that. But this kind of seems like they're changing it up from what they changed that game to be. They kind of like are almost learning from what they changed too much from last time. I hate them for other reasons right now, but I think that trailer was great.
Yeah, I've read that some people think it kind of reminds them of the books.
Yeah, because the books are more actiony, like,
and they just kind of they show the Spartans as this powerful tank, but like a fast tank,
right?
We're like, and the games have never really gotten that feel, I guess, is what people have been saying. I've been reading, but this is really kind of capturing that, maybe. But I don't know. It definitely is a different vibe. I'll agree with that from what I know Halo as. It definitely feels more Power Rangers almost.
Right,
like,
but is that a problem? Like,
no, I don't think it is. That's fine with me. This is 343.
So,
this isn't Bungie. This is their.
But even if it was Bungie, like they're super soldiers, so they should have this, like, as tanky and everything like that as Master Chief was supposed to really be an idea.
Yeah.
He didn't really have, like, he had some of it to an extent, but not in the way that they were able to show it in this. So that's why I respect that.
Moving on. On the spot. This is our segment where you submit questions, hard-hitting questions every week on Twitter with hashtag on the spot. Let's check out what this week's question is from. Dear the Level Up Show, if you were in a Until Dawn-like situation, what would you be willing to do to survive? Sincerely, T Elk 111. Once again, guys, if you want to submit next week's question, go to Twitter at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL. Tweet at us with hashtag on the spot. So you watched me play some Until Dawn, right?
Only the very beginning.
Okay. But in general, it's your typical cabin in the woods scenario, but you're trapped. It's a snowy environment. Your cell phone signal's not working. What do? You've got a psychopath killer.
Right.
Around somewhere. What would you think?
I mean, I don't know. I would probably booby trap the house like it was Home Alone.
Home Alone? See, I'm not too far off of that. Here, I always kind of thought about this. Like, what would I do if I was in this kind of scenario? And I think if you find a gun, if you're like Mike in the game, Mike finds a gun, right?
I do.
The moment I find a gun, I go to a corner with one entrance, no windows.
Yeah, but they couldn't break through the wall behind you.
Exactly. Got to make sure you can't break through the wall or something ridiculous like that. Maybe a basement. You get into an area like that. You push yourself in the corner. You're waiting until dawn. You're pointing the gun at that freaking door.
What if it's like a Jason type enemy that doesn't die?
That's different, though. We're talking about Until Dawn.
Is it
Until Dawn? It's not a supernatural. Spoiler alert! I'm going to give you a little bit of spoilers here on Until Dawn. That's related to the question.
I'm not realistically playing it. So.
Okay. The psychopath killer is a normal human.
Okay.
There's nothing supernatural about him. That's all I'm going to say about that. There is another part of the game that is more supernatural. There are monsters in the area. They're kind of a Native American inspired thing. I'm trying to remember their names, but it's developed off of this Native American lore where this thing possesses people and turns them into cannibals, basically, where they feed on human flesh. That is the second half of the game.
Okay.
So I don't know. Because the thing is, you can't escape.
So wait, when you have people that die in the first half of the game, do they come back and...
No, there's nothing like that.
Okay.
Nothing like that, technically. I don't want to go too far into spoilers just in case anybody wants to play it. But I guess you would still want to trap yourself in the cabin because you're in this snowy environment. There's nowhere you can go. You're waiting until dawn because the creatures... Yeah, and because the creatures are only out during the night or whatever.
Right.
So basically, you don't want to leave. I feel like that was the perfect way to set up the game, though, is because... You stay inside and you're in danger of the psychopath killer, or you go outside and you're in danger of the monsters around the environment. So
there's screwed either way, right?
You're screwed either way, and I guess that's why the question was asked. Like, what do you do? I guess you stay inside.
You just die.
You die. You stay inside. I still say, like, you find a gun or a weapon of any kind.
I would eat Drew to survive. I don't know how that helps you.
That's another part of this question, I guess, right? Would you eat me?
Why?
Because
it's one night. I think I can be fine without food for one night.
What if you got trapped up there?
For how long? You can go out in the daytime, you said?
You can go out in the daytime. You're right.
It's much easier to see the killer in the daytime, so I'm pretty sure you can arm yourself.
There are two characters in the game, though, that do get trapped in, like, the mines.
In, like, a cavern or something like that.
And they're forced to eat each other, and they become the stuff.
Well, you just spoiled that for me.
That's the opening, technically. So.
Oh.
The Wendigo, thank you. That's
cute.
what they're called. They're called the Wendigo. I don't want to go too far into spoilers, but there is cannibalism, and that's what turns you into a Wendigo.
Oh, by the way, Lionhead's here.
Lionhead is here.
I think that's his first comment.
So if I was in that scenario, that's a whole other thing. Let's say you were trapped in the mines, and a month passes, and you're starting to realize nobody's coming for you. The other person you're with has died already. They have died.
How long ago?
Let's say they died, like, weeks ago.
Oh, no, because their flesh is rotten.
Okay, let's say that it's cold enough that they didn't fester. All right, let's say it's cold enough that they didn't fester. Would you take the chance of, like, oh, I'm going to eat this person to try and see if I can live long enough for somebody to come, or would you just be like, all right, nobody's coming for me?
Yeah, if they're already dead and their flesh is...
Let's say it's not rotting. Let's say it's perfectly fine.
Then, you wouldn't?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
So you'd rather die than just...
At that point,
decrease the sanctity of that person.
It's a month later. I would be so weak by that point. Like I think by that point I would I would understand by that point. Like this is not worth it. Like I'm gonna die anyway. Like, do I really want to go out eating my friend?
Like, how do you know you're gonna die anyway, though? So you're a pessimist, is what you're saying.
I think that I would take that side, yeah. I think that I wouldn't eat my friend.
Sad.
That's just me personally. I wouldn't eat my friend. Now we learned something today, guys. Mike would eat me.
If you were already dead.
I wouldn't eat Mike. Mike would eat me. That's what we got out of this conversation.
Just terrible.
On the spot.
So you see what this means, people, is that Drew does not care, whereas Mike is a survivor.
You could go that direction with it. But I care enough about my friend's body not to eat him, is what we should take out of this. Tyler Elkins, thank you for bringing that up, man. Thanks for bringing this out.
Way to ruin this friendship.
Yeah, this friendship's over. All right, and finally we can talk about the end of summer. The summer is ending. It's upon us in a few weeks. Labor Day is today, technically, and a lot of people are going back to school. I want to celebrate with some nice tropical drinks provided by Dan Henry. Cheers to Henry.
Somewhat.
Cheers to Henry.
Why don't we actually go into that? To start off, why don't we do that whole segment? I'll go into that.
Yeah, explain.
So, you want to...
Do I want to start what?
No, do you want to quiet for a second so we can know it to isolate it, or...
Yes, good idea. All right. Dan Henry, thank you. We want to give you a big thank you because recently he created a video for us.
He did.
Where we didn't know this was coming. And even while I was watching it, I didn't know it was coming. But he developed drinks. He's blending with Henry. He has got a great YouTube channel. Check him out, guys. And he developed a drink for every level up member.
He absolutely did.
And they're all good.
All of us.
Yes.
Greg included.
Greg included. All 5 of us. And we were just blown away by his support. We hope it's doing well for his channel. And Mike, because we want to do this tropical thing tonight, he decided let's pay it forward.
So that was blending with Henry?
Yes.
This is mixing with Mike.
Oh, I like it.
Thank you.
When did you think of that?
The day that I decided I was going to do this.
Okay, cool.
But hold on to it. So I decided that we all know Dan Henry, Henry Dan, but do we know why we call him Dan Henry? Well, in his chat, his Twitch handle is Henry DJP. Dan something. And
his first name is actually Dan.
Yeah.
His middle name is Henry.
Right.
There's a lot of confusion.
So this drink is called the Henry. And sticking with that, the idea I had behind this is going with any type of ingredients that have a D, a J, or a P in that. It doesn't sound like it would be that hard.
We're going to teach you how to drink this.
It's much harder than you would think. So I ended up coming up with, you do in a shaker, scoop yourself out a cup of ice, put it in the shaker. Then you add 1 shot of Jamaican rum. I chose, for this, Appleton Estates. Then, for the for the D, I had to get a little creative, and this was the hardest one to find. So I ended up with Dr. McGillicuddy's vanilla liqueur.
And you can only use these, guys, or it's not the Henry.
Otherwise,
unless
it's
it's
Henry.
these.
And finally, to mix it all up, you add about 3/4 a cup pineapple juice, fresh preferably. Put it in the shaker, shake it up, pour it out,
shake it up,
shake it on
and
up.
cheers to Henry is what you do.
And cheers,
Henry. This is to you, man.
The Henry.
Delicious.
Better when you shake it up a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. No, it is good though, guys. Check it out for Henry. To Henry. Yes. We really appreciate it so much, man. And in general, all your support for our show. So this is for you. We'll put this up on our YouTube. We'll tag you and all that kind of stuff because we want to give back what you've given to us.
Absolutely.
So once again,
this has been Mixing with Mike.
Mixing with Mike. Level up. Okay. I think it was good. I'm glad we did that. Also, to T Mater, he really wants me to look up this girl. I did. She's 14 years old, dude. I'm 27.
What does he want you to do?
I can't like say anything about this. Like because we were talking about crushes on Level Up Direct, and he kept telling me to look up this Isabella Moner. I didn't realize that T Mater is very young, so I looked her up, right, and I was like,
yeah. Why? So all right,
she's cute. Don't get me wrong, she's cute, but she's 14 years old. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. That's all you're gonna get out of me on that.
So going on. The end of summer is here.
Yeah, and we got our tropical drinks, but we also want to talk about, and please guys, put in the chat room how you feel about this. Favorite tropical summery locales in video games. And I love video games that are otherwise serious and maybe even dark, but they have that one part of the game where it goes to like this happy-go-lucky tropical area.
See, I don't always like that.
No?
But here I will tell you my favorite. Favorite of all time, my favorite locale is a summer locale setting, and that is Mario Sunshine.
Oh, that was definitely one I was thinking about.
Del Mica or something, Del something Island?
Yeah, you're close. Yeah.
But God, I love that. I want to go back there. I want to play this game. I just want to be back in there. I loved everything to do with it.
Going off of what
this is perfect.
I was saying, Final Fantasy VII Strife Girl. I'm talking to you right now. Costa del Sol. It comes at such a weird part in the game. It's after this horrific thing happens on a ship. And then you get off the ship and you're in Costa del Sol. And it's this beautiful tropical location where you can buy a hotel if you want. And it's so...
What's the point of this?
It's so contrast with the vibe of what immediately happened before that. But that's why they did it, I think. Because you want this break. And I think Final Fantasy does this pretty often. For instance, in Final Fantasy VIII, it's not tropical, but after this long like process of these dramatic and action-heavy moments, it just takes a breather. And you go to like Fisherman's Horizon or whatever, and you get like that. And I like that. I like when a game realizes, okay, we've really put a lot on our player here. We've loaded them up with this heavy shit. Let's give them a break. Do you know what I mean? Like, have you ever had that?
I'm trying to think. There was something I played that was it was out there, and I think it was a dream sequence.
Africa from Resident Evil. I don't know about that.
And Dan P. Lord Anime said every area in Tropico.
Tropico. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. I agree there.
But no, I know what you mean, and I do appreciate that when they make it a little bit lighthearted, so they can it's not so heavy on your, and a lot of games do it, but I like when they do it in a tropical setting. For some reason, there's something very relaxing about a beach, an ocean at the beach, at least for me.
And the best part is if it's like a Japanese game, you can always expect all of the female characters in that game to suddenly be in a bikini.
Like they're out of Dead or Alive.
Yes,
volleyball.
Exactly. Should we name Dead or Alive beach volleyball? I think we should.
That's absolutely the best. That's the best beach-themed game. Are you serious?
Moving forward, let's jump to another video I have here. I put together a few. There's Costa del Sol. After that, another good one.
A lot of Final Fantasy in here, Drew.
Of course. I think JRPGs do it best when it comes to tropical settings. But what's great about Besaid Island in Final Fantasy X is the music. And anybody, please tell me if you agree with this. Besaid Island has some of the most relaxing music ever. I listen to it every day. Literally every day at work. I love Besaid Island.
Better than the relaxing beach setting and music of Kingdom Hearts?
We're going to get to that. Destiny Islands is coming. I did have that on the video list here. I want to start with Besaid Island just because the music is better than the Destiny Islands, actually.
Nope.
Yes, it is. It's more relaxing. Nope. It's more relaxing.
Nope.
Really? You think Destiny Islands is that relaxing?
I love it. I love everything about it. It calms me out. It's just thinking about that. And actually the music for Mario Sunshine as well. It's just...
I feel like most games, like... You've got the water music, underwater music.
And then
you've got your snowy area music. You got your Congo music, and then you got your tropical music.
Relaxing tropical music.
Yeah, it's true. Like so many old school games do it.
Yeah.
Like they get it right. I feel like so many of them. Donkey Kong gets it right with the Congo
stuff. Speaking of good old school games that have good tropical setting, what about Super Mario? Or it's not Super Mario, Sonic. Sonic 3, the first level of Sonic 3 before it gets burned down, of course.
GFN says, sorry, Waka ruined the moment, Drew. Waka is awesome. You don't like Waka?
Greg didn't like Waka either.
Oh, you guys are the worst. Let's move forward to Destiny Islands because we were talking about Kingdom Hearts recently with our plot hole assholes actually, and Destiny Islands is an interesting place because you assume it's like an off island of the main island, whatever that is.
Right.
The group is Destiny Islands. There's multiple islands in this, I assume. But Destiny Islands is interesting because it's where the kids go. To blow off some steam. It's their fort.
Their hangout area.
Their hangout
their getaway.
Area. And if it's so nice, why do they want to run away?
Right.
I don't get
it. That's a different topic in its own.
That was the plot of last.
This is right. But this is you're right. This is one of the more relaxing areas. This is what comes to my mind second place.
One of the best things about Destiny Islands is the cave area.
You think so?
Him and Kyrie go to. They draw on the walls.
No, I mean it's that's my favorite area right there.
Okay.
With the waterfall, right, and then you can see the beach right from the waterfall. That's my favorite area. The cave is cute, but that's kind of like just a cute thing that happens.
Another cute thing about Kingdom Hearts: Pow Pow fruit.
Pow Pow fruit.
Remember the star?
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. Come on, you got to remember that. Pow Pow fruit.
I want to know what it tastes
stuffed,
like.
What
do you think it tastes like?
Pow Pow fruit.
I feel like it tastes like dragon fruit.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I think of when I hear Pow Pow fruit.
But if I could find a pillow Pow Pow fruit, I would totally buy that.
Really?
Yes, I love Pow Pow fruit. It's like one of those iconic imagery things for me.
Bradley wants to call. Can Bradley call?
Yeah, Bradley. Anybody actually, if you want to call in and give
Skype
your 2 cents, Skype is open. Call in right now. Let's talk about your favorite tropical summary type location in video games. Anything you can think of. I see something Leaf Islands from Animal Crossing.
Yeah, there's an island that you can sail to.
Okay.
A little bit. It's actually, I mean, it looks like it could be relaxing, so that's kind of cool.
Teamater says, please look up Isabel Moner. I did, man. I did.
Did he again?
Yes.
Why?
He really wants you to look at Isabel Moner.
They're underage. We are not allowed to look at this.
We are 27 years old. We can't do this. Thank you to the follows also from Hammerhuff, Dogpatch, Lance Time, and Shock Flare. Keep those follows coming, guys. We got about 10 minutes left in the show. We're going to take this call from Bradley.
Leave it to Danielle. Just say dragons. Good job.
Bradley, welcome, man.
Dun, 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 that's not tropical.
60 fix.
Oh, it's that though.
Looks good on you, man. Looking good.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So on topic, Brad, what is your favorite like tropical summery location in video games?
It's kind of a video game, which is on PS. But do you remember PS Home?
Yeah, PlayStation Home, of course, yeah.
I think it was called Glittering Sands Beach Tour.
Yes. Yes, they had some nice locales. You know what? Going back to PlayStation Home, you could buy a house on the beach in that game, and I did.
Could.
Actually, I didn't buy it. Don't get me wrong. That sounds bad. I didn't buy anything in PlayStation Home. I got it for free somehow. I don't remember how exactly. Maybe it was like a free weekend or whatever. But I got a free PlayStation Home on the beach, and I tried to invite people over and throw a party, and it didn't work. It fell through.
Do you not have friends?
PS Home had probably one of the best sort of maps, and like Glittering Sands was my favorite one.
The thing about PlayStation Home, the reason it wasn't successful having a party is because I was the only person with a PS3. I couldn't stand last generation because I was so like, come on, PS3 is the better console, and nobody bought it. Everybody was on Xbox 360, and I had no friends.
That sucks.
It was the worst.
I was one of them.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna.
No, I can agree with that. That's actually a really unique answer, Brad. I agree with that one. It's a nice locale.
Yeah, I as well as like when you go in the water, you could like have these like glowing flashes, and you would get like new rings and necklaces from the beach and stuff like that, which I just thought was amazing.
England even have beaches in the way that we think of beaches?
England, do you have beaches there, Brad?
In the way that we think of them here.
Yeah, we have beaches.
Are they like lake beaches? Or
right, like that's what I'm thinking.
Are they ocean beaches?
Ocean beaches.
You have ocean beaches, okay.
Ocean. Yeah.
I just don't see England like when I've never seen in like English beach.
You're like from another world to us, Bradley.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Our day is a completely different day to yours. We spell favorite with a U.
Is it in the summer?
Pardon?
Is it in the summer?
Yes.
Oh.
We should be, you know what we should be playing right now? Demi Lovato is cool for the summer. That's what we should be playing.
No, I think we have other things. I'm not going to go with that one.
Lionhead says that your accent rocks, Brad.
Someone said
Thank you.
The game Cool Spot, there's like the first level is a beach level.
Ooh, speaking of like those kind of games, like Wave Racer.
Oh,
remember that?
My God.
That was
Me
great.
and Pat. Oh my God.
Wave
all
Racer
the
was
time.
the shits. That was awesome. Brad, are you too young for that? Do you not remember Wave Racer?
What is he doing? Bradley, what are you doing?
You look so confused right now.
I heard of it. I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
It's exactly what it sounds like.
It's awesome.
It's wave running, but like really great water physics, really blue water, tropical setting. Just
is that the one where you're basically just doing races around on this big ocean?
Yeah. Another N64 tropical game that just came to mind: Pilot Wings. Do you guys remember Pilot Wings?
I love.
You're just like hang gliding through rings. And
Pilot Wings was terrible.
It was. It was.
But it was like nostalgic good.
Yeah. Bad guy says you're off the Pepsi, and that's why you're confused. Your power source isn't there. Nope. Never mind. You're wrong, bad guy. He's got the Pepsi.
Wait, I got this one here, and I got.
Oh my God.
1 second.
He's like
Bradley. You're gonna get diabetes. Even
you
earlier
hypocrite.
Than me.
I was gonna say you can't say anything.
I'm not as bad as Bradley, dude.
I don't know. About
Bradley's
that.
got 3-liter bottles. That he's
you had it at your bachelor party.
That's my bachelor party. I deserved it.
My room is a tip. Like right now, I got like chocolate, crisps, Twizzlers, stuff.
Gravy Biscuits got a good answer to it, real quick, Brad. I remember that moment. Uncharted 2 when Drake, Chloe, and Harry are at the beach bar.
Yeah,
that's a nice moment.
That was good.
Nice little tropical moment. You're gonna find that out very soon. Enjoy, man. In general, Uncharted, I think we can say, in general, the tropical nature of the first one in particular is very nice.
I want to see if there's any tropical locations in Uncharted 4.
I want to see a tropical location for the next Last of Us.
That would be cool. Dead Island. That's like another one. Got a tropical location in Dead Island.
Really
not a good
rainforest.
One, yeah, not a good answer. That's definitely not my favorite.
I don't want to live there.
Wieners for you. Mark's not here.
Zombies.
Zombies.
Zombars.
All right, Brad. Thank you for calling in, man. Let's open up the line. See if anybody else has another answer before we go.
Guys.
Level up
and 60 fix.
60 fix. We'll take one more call, guys. If anybody else has a great answer to this question, what is your favorites? Tropical location. Here's another good one for you. It's on the screen right now. Outset Island. Wind Waker.
Oh, from Wind Waker, which I missed.
I love Wind Waker.
I missed it.
We all know I love Wind Waker.
Yeah.
I've said this many, many times on the show. It has such a nice vibe about it, and that has a lot to do with the beginning with Offset Island. The colors, the saturation, the water. I love it. It puts you in a great mood. Wind Waker is probably my second favorite Zelda game.
I actually stopped at like Mario and Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Is what I stopped at when I was thinking of them. I can't.
T-Mater's calling in. If he mentions Isabella Moner,
it's automatic hang up.
It's gone. It's done. No, I'll just tell him. He's a good kid. He's just... T-Mater, how you doing, man?
Good.
We're talking about tropical locations in games. Do you have a favorite tropical location?
Ooh, that's pretty hard.
It is hard. When I was thinking about this, I thought it was going to be easier than it was. I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. There's a ton of tropical locations in games. And then I thought about it.
Right, and then I was like, actually, no, there's not nearly as much as I thought there was.
But it's stew on it. T-Mater, do you have any answer?
It's a tropical island. So, beautiful. So, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. As long, he likes them all, is what he's saying.
And there's nothing wrong with that answer.
There's nothing wrong with that answer. I can agree with that. Is there anything else you want to talk about tonight, T-Mater?
Yeah, about the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing from earlier.
Yeah, the Jimmy Kimmel thing?
People watching other people play games, they find it entertaining. It's entertainment.
I agree. I agree with you completely. I think he's off the mark for sure. I think he's honestly, it's old man.
He's in a generation that doesn't understand.
It's old man shouting at the cloud. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. It pretty much, he just doesn't understand our generation. Pretty much what he's saying is, and this may be a little mature for saying to you right now, but people watching other people have sex, who would enjoy that? It's like, really? Like,
true.
No, I'm just saying, like,
read the room.
There's so many applications to this.
Read the room.
People watching other people play sports. People watching other people do this.
Right.
It's like, you can apply it to almost anything. Like, we enjoy it because it's entertainment. Like, I don't really understand the question.
It was a stupid thing.
Yeah. But, I agree with you completely, T-Mater. It's entertainment, especially if you have an entertaining personality on the other end. Because that's really what Twitch streaming is about. And streaming in general, you're watching it for the gameplay, of course, but you're really watching it for the personality.
Right.
Hopefully you've got another guy on the other end that is engaging his audience and putting on a good show. That's what you're watching.
Exactly. The comment is half what you're watching.
I'm sorry, I'm reading some interesting comments right now, T-Mater.
To get it back on track, though.
Yes.
Skydiver said what I was actually thinking for my next one. I was going to wait. But the whole area of Assassin's Creed 4.
Oh, yeah.
Black Flag.
It's a beautiful game. Yeah, when you're just like out on the water, like, on the ship.
Or even just the beaches.
And just seeing like whales like jump out of the ocean and stuff like that is absolutely gorgeous. Sunsets over the water. That puts you in a great like vibe. And that was the reason I played that one for longer than any of the other Assassin's Creed. Even though it was getting repetitive, I played it for the atmosphere because it put me in a good mood. Like, I like that about a game, and it doesn't happen too often.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, it's like, okay, of course, remember last week we were talking about the crew and stuff.
Yep.
Well, earlier today, me and a couple of my friends, we were just in a cruise down Highway 1 in the crew, down the western coast, and somehow we left at, like, the perfect time, so, like, most of the drive down was just all sunset. And it's weird, but sometimes you'll catch a whale jump out of the water, and that's what we caught at one moment, and it perfectly jumped over the sun.
Really? Yeah, we just took a cruise to Bermuda. Kristen and I.
In a video game?
No, in real life.
Oh.
This happened in real life. Kristen and I took a cruise to Bermuda, and I can tell you, watching a sunset over the water from a cruise ship it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I miss that one.
And that's the great thing about video games is you don't have to spend $3,000 to see it. Like these games are escapes to these wonderful locations. And there's nothing wrong with a game that puts you into a realistic, gritty situation. But I'm always going to enjoy those games that allow me to have an escape.
Right.
And that's what everything we've talked about so far is Zelda, Wind Waker, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Sonic. All these games, they provide an escape, and that's what we love about video games.
Entertainment. Entertainment is an escape.
I didn't quite understand that. Say that one more time, Teamater.
Well, also games are entertainment, and sometimes entertaining things are beautiful things that we just want to watch just for the beauty of it.
Sure, I agree completely. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be like this game that you're totally invested in when it comes to control. Sometimes you're just experiencing something. And I just saw somebody brought it up, Journey. That's an experience. It's a beautiful experience. And I agree completely. There's all these different kind of games, and they all do different things, but they all provide entertainment in one way, shape, or form. So I agree completely. Teamater, thank you for being the final call of the night, man.
And also, I was trying to get you to watch her new music video because she's releasing Isabel Moner. She's releasing her first solo album on the 17th.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of wanted you to play her music video.
I won't play it on the show. I'll check it out just to see what her music is like because I haven't heard it personally. But I'll definitely check her out.
It's Dream About Me by Isabel Moner, and the YouTube video is by Nickelodeon.
Okay. All right, man. Teamater, thanks for calling in once again. Really appreciate your final call here.
All right.
All right, level up.
Level up.
You got all deep all of a sudden all there. Level up at the very end. Took a turn. All right, guys.
PS was trying to call in.
Who's trying to call in?
PS was.
Oh, PS? I mean.
Oh, well.
It's 12:29. We can take one more call if we want.
Oh, if you want to.
Yeah, sure. I don't care. We can take one more call. I don't have work tomorrow. Kristen doesn't have work tomorrow. Go ahead, Dan, if you want to be the final call of the night, man. Call in right now.
He sent me a text instead.
Well, that's not the same.
No.
What did he say?
Oh, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So
oh, okay. Well, that doesn't work.
I'll answer it myself.
All right. Well, then let's go into our special thanks, guys.
Yes.
We've gotten a lot of new subs and all that kind of stuff.
Got a lot of new stuff in general right now.
A lot of new stuff in general. So we want to say thank you to all those people that support our show in a big way. So, pregnant pause. There you go. Special thanks to our subscribers.
See if you can keep it up.
We've got the Nine Fox, Tyspin, DeLone Gunman, Miss Amanda, Jungle Mike 420, Alex Bustos, The Beast NJ69, Mr. Rager, Callie122, Abtist, Bulldog Brad, Syndrux LOL, Baz023S, Level Up Host Drew, Guitar Freak, and our new ones from Blood Splatter and Moofy. We got patrons, Tempest Moriendi, BMC Music, Art Is Your Dad's Belt, Full House 357, TX Puck, Dragon Con, Blakey 1888, Mark Conklin, Lionhammer, and The Wasman Returns, and our extra life supporters, especially Conrad and Brian, but also Michael Bisco, Johnny Poolside, Derek Carr, Dennis Yashoki B, Abbott Steele, Tyler Humphrey, Dylan Stelfox, Robert Bolig, Blending with Henry, Ricky Manna, Chris Taylor, Megan Boshniak, Tyler Elkins, Luke Bayford, and of course our moderators, Pussfield Scab, the Nine Fox, TX Puck, GFN 2112, and Ghost Games. Yes. Megan Bochniak. Bochniak. Because I remember now she explained it that it sounds like poach. Because I want to say Bachniak, but it's Bochniak. Oh. Gravy Biscuits, thank you for following. That's confusing.
Wait, what?
What? Let me look at our follows real quick. I haven't acknowledged that in a while. We got Ames85, Random Food Gaming, Hammerhuff, Dogpatch16, Lance Time, Shock Flare 100, It's Ra's al Ghul. Did we hit our follow goal? We did. So we can send out some XP as well.
Tyler said, I guess my name is Taylor now.
Taylor Elkins. Sorry about that.
Taylor Private Ping Elkins.
Yeah. All right, so 300 XP to the entire chat room. Thank you for all the follows tonight, guys. We did hit our follow goal of 7175. So there you go. Did that work?
Yes.
Yes, it did. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for all the follows tonight. Keep them coming. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation in the bottom left-hand corner. Also, don't forget, we're on Twitter at the Level Up Network, LevelSpitLVL. You can tweet at us with hashtag on the spot if you want to be next week's hard-hitting question. Yeah. We got YouTube for archives of all these shows, but also exclusive shows like Power Up, only on YouTube every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you want early access to exclusive shows, Patreon.com/the Level Up Network. It's at the bottom of the sign. That's the best way to support us. It's a monthly donation. So please keep that ball rolling if you want to help us out there, help the show grow bigger and stronger and better. We got our t-shirt shop at the levelup.spreadshirt.com. Just tonight, William was showing off his t-shirt. It's a Keep Calm and Level Up shirt, as well as several others. And most importantly, a big thank you to Brian W. for another Extra Life donation of $50, helping out sick children throughout the United States. If you want to be like Brian and Tyler, I think Tyler also donated at one point. Yeah. Everybody who's donated, we named them at the end of the show there. All the donators, thank you so much. Keep that ball rolling. Go to extralife.org/participant/the Level Up Network. Hit the support me link. Donate whatever you have the means to. It doesn't matter if it's $1 or $50. It's all good. Please help us out in helping these children, providing them with gaming entertainment over the next couple months towards game day.
Absolutely.
And I think that's going to be it for us tonight, guys.
Yes, sir.
JC 2083 and Gravy Biscuits, the final follows of the night. Antonio, I'm sorry we didn't get to your call, man. We ran out of time tonight. We tried earlier, but didn't work out for some reason. All right, man. See you guys. We'll see you throughout the week with gaming talk shows and game streams. Until next time, take care, and as always, level up. And Kristen says goodnight from the beyond, I guess.
Level up.
Level up! Nice one. Nice. It's good. It's good. I like when it's good. Once again, guys, thank you so much for all the support tonight. We'll see you throughout the week with gaming talk shows and game streams. This week is the very first episode, if it only does PlayStation.
Brought to you at special time.
Yes, special time, by the way. Let's say that right now. Typically, we're going to be 9 to 11. But Greg, he's got work arrangements. So this week alone, this month alone, it only does PlayStation will be from 8 p.m. Eastern Time to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Mark your calendars. It's a little bit early, but we want to make sure for the first episode that we have all 4 of us there. That's very important for the premiere episode. So I'm sorry that it's going to be a little off time, but we hope you guys can make it. It will be on both PlayStation, live from PlayStation, and on the PC. There will be streams on both, but we really do recommend that you watch it on PC. It's going to be a much higher quality stream over there. We're going to be doing some cool things, especially at the start of the show. We've got a really cool thing to start off the show that you guys haven't seen. So be prepared on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, take care, and as always,
level up.